everybody, and welcome to the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store Wednesday Night Modern. It feels like it's been forever, but welcome back.
I think it has been forever.
Oh, well, we'll call it 5 ever now. Dom Striker, and that's May. Hello.
That's me. Hello.
May, welcome, and welcome to No Changes Modern.
Hashtag no changes.
Which we knew, we expected, we were told, but it doesn't lessen the impact. But nonetheless, the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store local meta rages on. Last week, May and I in the trenches, not to give too much away, but we did play in the finals round of the day.
We did play in the final round of the day.
Finals round of the day.
Yep.
And I played against Frog 4 times that day, but we're going to find you the spice and the goods, and we're going to give it to you folks at home, starting with this beautiful, wonderful round number 1. All right, I tried.
Well, so it's funny. Everybody always asks for George, so we gotta give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. This is our man, our boy, our friend on the right side, George Jabor, aka Jabber, with blue, white control.
I know.
With
and
Kahira companion.
I was about to say Kahira companion revealed. Blake is on Frog, but Esper Frog
And friends. This
Frog
one has
and friends. Yeah.
Um,
Well, the other one has friends too, like Bowmaster and Murktide.
This
They're
is true.
friends.
This one has one big, terrifying
One big
eyeball.
friend. Yeah.
One big that then brings a bunch of little itty bitty, terrifying, unknown tattoos.
So, double fatal push. That's kind of a tough start.
Yeah, you come up with your Esper Oculus deck. You're excited. Great day of Magic. Can't wait. Long slog. Here we go. It's 6:30. Gonna fire Wednesday night Modern. You get paired up against George Jabor. You look at your deck list. 4 fatal push. You regret all your decisions for the day.
Certainly can kill Kahira.
Can kill Kahira. Can kill
Nothing. Subtlety.
Subtlety.
Yep. Okay. Kill subtlety.
Can kill a.
It's it.
Oh, come on. All right. Sound off in chat if you can figure it out. There's literally anything else in the 75 that George could have for that Fate Toll push?
George, he might have a Celestial Colonnade.
Oh.
Probably not. But
What's the mono blue one from D&D? The
Hall of Storm.
Giants?
That's true. It can kill a Hall of Storm Giants.
Yep.
It just costs 4. But whatever.
The fatal pushes might just read discard to Frog later
Discard to
when
Frog.
I find it.
Yeah.
Pay
Okay.
for the Delve 2 clause of an Oculus.
Now check this out. Oculus Gamer is about to showcase immense skill of Oculus
Intune?
on top.
No, Bennett. Yeah.
Yeah. Unearth the Frog?
Unearth the Frog.
Unearth the Frog. Yep.
Put now this resolves through a snare. It's resolving anyways.
Right.
But if you have to think about the modern meta at large, cards that George could have had, there was Counterspell Proper, which we know did not happen here.
Right.
Could have been Spell Snare.
Spell Snare. Yep.
Unearth plays around Spell Snare. Could have been Subtlety. Unearth plays around Subtlety. Could have been Force, right? So
yeah, would have forced the.
So Blake gets a lot of information here about 2 things that George does not have. George does not have Counterspell and does not have Force. Or, on the reverse, does have Solitude.
Yeah, it does have Solitude, or has Counterspell and is thinking, well, I'm just going to untap, play Teferi, bounce your Frog.
Right. That's the thing, right, is in this minute, in this moment, Blake has learned something.
Right.
When George takes game actions for the next turn or 2, we'll figure out.
Or Leyline Binding.
See, this is the thing. Oh, that's fine. You can have that because I have the answer.
Yep. I have 5 land types in my 2 lands.
Yes.
One of which is untapped.
Yes. The Rafine's Triumph, so that's the blue, white, and black. And then Catcher Triumph, which is blue, green, and red. Fully domain created off the white source on turn 1. Here's a Sink and a Stupor on the backside. Sulfurific Springs?
Sulfurific or soporific.
Yeah,
you're right.
sop-
It's not sulfurific.
It's not real. It's soporific.
Soporific.
It's sopping wet. The soporific spring.
Like Sapporo. Third best Japanese beer.
Okay, great. I believe.
Easily the third best.
Here's a consider.
Consider during George's upkeep. Interesting. I like it. Also
and
going to
Altera?
Thought Scour during George's upkeep.
Is this respect for forces, like or forcing? If George wants to interact, now it's cantripping, so maybe he doesn't. But if George wants to, George has to use his mana on his turn.
Yeah. No, I think it makes a lot of sense. Or is it already George's end step? Did we just yap through all of George's turn?
Oh,
Did he just like untap his land and say go?
I mean, yes. Both could be true. Here's a Cling to Dust.
That's so many cards in graveyard
I was
that
gonna say
are
Blake's.
not guys to target with reanimate.
Well, one more time. This Thought Scour. This is gonna be the one.
Yep, here we go. Double
This is it. This is the one.
1, 2. Nope.
But there it is. Prismatic Ending. I was
Prismatic
like, who
Ending.
are you? White Splash out of Blake. Cards like Prismatic Ending, and I saw him sleeving up some High Noons. So
Ooh.
of the white cards that I know, those are the two that I can start with.
Big fan of High Noon. Very, very, very cool card.
He told me to put High Noon in his deck, and the first two games he played against were Storm. And I went, yeah, dude, that one probably felt real good.
Cycle the Unearth. This is where you draw. Okay.
Okay, but George missing land drops.
So what has George got over there? He's got an Orbs Chant.
Classic.
He must have all gas, right?
Right. That is always the belief. If your opponent continues to miss lands off a good keep, then it's all gas, right?
Not even picking up Kahira. Here comes fourth land.
Right. Not picking up Kihira clearly needs the mana for some purpose, right?
So, yep.
And, we kind of false learned, oh, George doesn't have Force, George doesn't have Counterspell. No, George did have Binding. It means those things could easily still exist for him. And Blake's just a cantripping away.
Yep.
George purposely checking,
What's going on over here?
What's in there?
We got all kinds of spells. Spells.
Another
So you draw
survey.
Murktide, it's going to be really big.
That real big Murktide's probably going to get Salted,
Yeah.
Solituded.
Well, you can kind of fight over it. So Blake has Counterspell and Spell Snare.
Oh yeah, we saw the white border draw. Another land.
Another land. Gosh.
Yeah.
Oculus. Okay. Well,
okay.
now you can deploy an Oculus and have
With
quite
Counterspell backup.
a bit of backup. Yeah.
And Blake can have Counterspell and Fatal Push backup just in case.
Yeah, and Fatal Push backup. And
All
the
the
graveyard
lands.
is so stocked that even if George passes,
Subtlety.
plays Teferi, bounces Oculus, it's like, okay, well
Do it
I got 5 more lands.
If you want a subtlety, put it on top.
Or 6
same
lands?
deal.
6 for Oculus.
Yes, and George could have another Sink in a Stupor, but he would have played that as a land by now, I'd
Leyline
assume.
Binding.
It's another binding.
So
fight.
Counterspell meets Spell Snare? Is that what's about to happen, do you think?
I mean, yeah, that was one of the things that Blake has yet to play around is the
That-
spell
yep.
snare.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? So Leyline
Yeah.
Binding. Oh, right. Oculus doesn't go to the graveyard. It goes underneath the Leyline Binding.
There is, I think, maybe one of the biggest battles that I'm still learning after 15 years of playing Magic is just how much do you make your opponent have it? How much do you play into something knowing they have it? And I think
Almost
currently-
always.
Right. I am at
Just
this-
make them have it.
I'm at the stage of like, you gotta use it, or else you're just gonna hold it over me for turn after turn after turn.
That's like that bell curve where it's like brain
Yes.
dead guy, play my spells, sad,
The top play
like,
around everything
yeah,
I possibly can.
angry Wojak, play around everything, and then enlightened
brain.
Wojak,
Play my spells.
just play my spells.
Because I'll draw more.
I'll always draw more. Yep, there's always more spells in the deck. So
Ooh.
pick up Kahira.
Okay. I mean, what does that mean?
It means, I think that you've deployed all your threats. You keep playing you're kind of like doing nothing. So I will take a turn off because I don't think that you have another threat to play. Or he's like, I'm picking up this Kahira because I want fuel for my Solitude.
I think Blake is on a.
No, it's
Oh.
actually just play Kahira.
Get this frog out of here. There's Kahira. There she is. All companions are mothers.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fun fact I always like to teach folks.
And Kira takes care of the ones without mothers.
Yeah, Kahira's the orphan.
She's the orphan guard. Yeah, she's not the
Specific-
stepmom. She's the mom that stepped up.
She's mom stepped up. Specifically if they're a beast or an elemental or a cat
Or
or
one
the
more.
other type.
Yeah.
Beast, elemental, cat.
Elemental.
No, beast, elemental, cat. And there's one more, right?
Nightmare
And dinosaur.
and dinosaur.
A nightmare and dinosaur.
Clearly I knew those ones. Here's Blake with a 6th land drop.
So
This
Kahira
is,
can be mother to Luris.
yeah,
Luris is a nightmare cat.
sure is.
There you go.
From lovely Ixalan where we did not Ixalan.
Actually, wait, can
Ikoria.
Kahira be mother to all the other ones? Because Kuruga is an elemental hippo,
Luris is
is a
nightmare
cat. Yorion,
elemental bird.
what? It's got to be an elemental bird, right? The fox is an elemental fox.
Lutri, elemental otter.
Orion's a
Bird
bird serpent.
Oh,
serpent.
bird serpent.
So
Okay,
not
nope.
Yorion's in the sky. Yorion
Yeah,
is
Lorian in
not
the sky.
not to be guarded.
Oh, I think Umori is just an ooze.
Mm,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
Demon
god.
Kraken. For,
Oh, and Demon Kraken. Okay, well,
Chanchu.
you.
It's begun.
I think you're like resolves.
Yeah. Blake, lets it happen.
Maybe thinking about flashing back the or escaping rather the Cling to Dust. Hand of a lot of 1-mana spells.
And is this a discarded prismatic ending from George? It's a new Final Fantasy version, but it's a someone's magic.
Oh, is that a Oh, from the secret layer, yeah.
Yes, where they're all reskin spells. It's Narset in her crane form,
Yep, bird form Narset.
which does not have a cool nickname like Tefeathery. This for Narset.
Yeah.
Swanset?
Swanset? Okay, parter of
Oh, and there's Tefeathery.
Oh, there's Tefeathery, yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna go Swanset. I actually like Swanset.
Yeah. Even though it's a crane?
Yeah, Blake with like 2 more lands in hand. No, 1 more. Has drawn the Mercatide.
Okay, so Murktide, real. But
But Saw get signature card out of here.
yeah, get out of here. So play your Murktide, but it's just gonna immediately get bounced, right?
Or that's the thing. No answer to the Teferi. But another...
So you kind of don't want to overload it this time, right? You want to
Mm.
pitch one of the lands
I get what your head's at.
because
So that when you have to replay it later, there's fuel still.
there's fuel still. Because you know that this one is getting bounced. You get no attacks with this one.
So this is spending the resources to force it.
Right.
You must.
Which is I would think you'd want to exile one of the lands, or you get a free attack for 7.
Land for George.
Wow, that is
So-
a
Oh, that's Skyreach Sanitarium.
Skyreach Sanitarium. Oh, that's the Fallout one.
No, this is the nasty skeletons on bikes doing cool
Oh,
tricks. Secret
nasty
Lair.
skeletons on bikes. Secret layer. Of
Everyone knows
course.
that one.
Yeah, I
It-
do actually. Now that you say that,
'cause
I
it's
do
got
know
the-
the one.
It's got the bottomless pit with my favorite flavor text. It has the O's like literally
Oh yeah.
falling off the card.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Skyreach Sanitarium, a little bit of a lock, a little bit of a combo with Narset if she's ever to return to this game.
Oh, we're just going Solitude.
Pitch the Teferi.
No.
Pitch a prismatic ending. Pitching prismatic ending.
Prismatic ending. Yeah. So it's Yuna's something or other.
Well, she's a white. I'm learning a lot. She's a white mage.
She has white magic.
Okay, so is it Yuna's life magic?
No, because white magic. It wouldn't. White magic is all about like healing and resurrection, and There wouldn't-
Yuna's. It's a very short word. I can see it here.
Oh, it might be air magic.
Ooh.
It's Yuna's air magic. Final answer.
That's your final answer.
That's my final answer.
And Blake, you're the Thoughtseize.
So we
It's
get to
holy. It's holy.
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 Oh, okay. Well,
It's holy.
there is an air magic.
Whoa. Okay, we get to see the grip. We have Teferi, Orm's Chant, Prismatic Ending,
And
Solitude,
and
and
holy magic.
Fox Chase.
Oh, and Fox Jace.
Dang, the whole crew's here.
The whole crew's here. Oh, what do you even take here? Jace is maybe the most problematic card for Oculus. Like you're never gonna beat a Jace.
Yeah,
right?
I actually don't think Blake can beat Jace, right? It's Teferi. We're starting with Teferi.
Teferi. Well, I guess
Handful interaction.
also currently can't interact with Teferi, so because George can just like chant Teferi, right, on his
Oh.
turn.
No Chant Teferi, no double white yet.
Oh, doesn't have double white.
Important to know George's struggles.
Ah, right.
Quick, pass it
Pass.
back. George O is a character. You can see the two of them joking about. Let's be honest, how horrid this game
This
has been.
So, yeah, Blake just
Ooh,
okay.
quick land for George there.
Okay, so now George can chant
Mm.
Jace, and that's got to lock up the game, right?
Yeah,
Because Blake has now drawn the 3rd fatal push.
great.
So 3 fatal pushes, 2 spell snares, counterspell, land.
Yeah, and here's
Oh,
the
and
second white source out of George as well.
So there's just nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, if George really wants, Chant, Jace Mind Sculptor will probably take the game all by him lonesome.
I would.
Another land out of Blake. George,
George, you got to do something here, man.
well, he might be just hard cast Solitude here.
Oh, that's true. Hardcast Solitude.
Because then he gets clock and play and then lands his Jace the Mind Sculptor.
That's
and then,
true.
Then what? And if Blake tries to interact with the Solitude, well, then that's easier clear for takeoff. Just kidding. George is so patient. I'm not
George is
nearly
so
as
patient. Yeah.
Because
I guess George doesn't know that Blake's hand is air, right?
yeah,
So
might be changing.
all right. So this is going to prompt I think a very long fight. A lot of cards are going to get spent over this frog.
So George's hand is like all answers to this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But then Blake also has a couple of interactions of his own.
What's very important is if Blake's gonna get a chance to use these spell snares or not.
Right.
Because
Well,
he only has the one hard counter.
George doesn't have any 2-drops in his hand,
None.
and we haven't even seen actual factual counterspell. It's got to be in his deck, but we haven't seen it yet.
I think he might not play it.
A third Leyline Binding. Yep.
Oh, easy.
Easy money.
So plays on all of those things while leaving up.
Counterspell the Leyline Binding.
Sure.
Resolves. Hardcast Solitude.
Well, he'll need to untap now. We've just
Oh,
only
because
the
he
two
still
white
only
sources.
has one white source. Yeah.
But that's fine. Nothing but time.
Nothing but time. Lot of fatal pushes. So if George goes for Solitude here
Pending.
or Pending, no, Pending is bad. Don't cast Pending.
Pending for 3. Pending for 3. Pending for 3.
No.
Wow, this is the only 2-drop.
Bump.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
George is like, well,
The hard part is like that's a resource that George didn't need to spend.
right. Especially if he's about to play a land here.
Brain Dead Island.
Brain Dead Island. George's is a very, very cool looking deck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The joys. We know a couple people like this.
Here comes
Hit it.
Jace.
I hope so. I've been
No, we're
waiting.
just
I despise this card, but it's definitely the instrumental pivotal card of this match right now.
Are you about to cast another 2-drop, George? Don't cast another 2-drop. Another 2-drop. Here comes Isochron Scepter. Yeah, goodbye.
Wow. We said Blake can't cash in these snares, and Blake has these snares. Holy cow!
Holy cow! So, Solitude
pitching the chant that was gonna go under the scepter.
Now, do you discard the fatal pushes just for a couple of extra life, or you hold the cards to?
Oh.
It probably your life total doesn't super matter.
And Kahir's already gone.
Yeah. Catramos.
Oh right, because he's doing the
Wait,
Tetrafrog thing.
Catramos plus this escape card is
Little
super
something?
sick.
Little something.
Yeah.
Something.
But you gotta use it on your turn.
He needs 4 or 5 mana for the clean. I think is it 4?
4.
Okay. Wow.
You have
Exactly the
to-
amount available.
Exactly. The exact amount available. I would
Oh.
even shock in this land. Do it.
Now, shocking in the
Yeah.
land does not put something in the stack, right? It's just the if you did or didn't as a part of playing the land.
Correct.
Okay, so that
Though-
doesn't create a priority window.
Correct. So George also the last card in hand is Jace.
Oh, whoa! We used all of those cards that turn.
Yeah, because the Solitude got used. Yep. So- Actually, this Cling is sweet because you're exiling cards from your graveyard and one from George's graveyard. So you're drawing 3. You're
So-
ancestral recalling.
Jace is specifically unsummon, right? Not bounce something.
It is specifically unsummoned.
It can only bounce creatures. Because I've been kind of looking at if George does or doesn't want to be tricksy with bouncing his own bindings and putting something else under them. But if Jace can't pick that up, then it doesn't even matter.
Why is Cling to Dust in exile? Can you cling your
No.
own?
You can't. You shan't. I don't know what it's doing there. Aviva, can we ask Blake to move the Clean to Dust to his normal graveyard, not to his exiled graveyard?
Okay.
Thank you
Because
so
yeah, you can't
much.
because it's you play the card and then
Great. Got him. Head nod. Love you, Blake. Thank you. No one ever says it back. Oh, no, the folks at home know that now. Hello, everyone. No one ever says it back.
Yep. It's a
Jace-
mini game we play.
Jace has hit the table.
So-
George, 1 card in hand. Blake, hand stocked. Ketramos in it. Counterspell in it. 3 fatal pushes in it. I do think you were maybe right that when the frog was in play to swish those through the
swish-
frog,
Because
but he's scarier this way.
he is scarier this way. I don't know, because it's like, well, okay, you're getting fuel for your. Though you can fatal push your Ketramos a bunch of times,
Okay.
so you can still get those spells into the graveyard.
That's the hard way to do it, huh?
That is the hard way to do it.
Can you target it even if you don't have revolt?
Yeah, because it just says destroy target creature.
If
Yeah,
I gotcha.
it's like the Pyroblast,
Yes.
or
When you can,
Red
when you
Elemental
can't,
Burst. Whichever one of those two, you can do what I'm describing.
Whichever meets the criteria that I'm trying to specifically say.
Yeah.
That's the one I mean.
Yeah, I think it's Pyroblast.
Wow, that turn where Blake had to cash in those 2 spell scenarios on cards that we did not know George had swung this game tremendously.
It really did, because he traded up a lot on those.
And still has this hand of land, counterspell, other good card, while
Yeah, I mean, so he has Counterspell and then a bunch of nothing, basically. But-
but hopefully it becomes something.
Hopefully it does become a something. Oh, Legacy maneuver spotted.
Yeah, thank you so much. Shout out to the folks. Pyro is the one that we meant. Obvi.
Obviously. No, but I just mean that, like, Brainstorm Fetchland.
Oh,
That's
with-
the
with
Legacy
Jace.
maneuver, yeah. Here
And
comes Narset.
important to
comes-
remember, this Ketramos is awake.
It is
There
awake.
are so many cards in exile for Blake, so this is not an enchantment with a cool guy. This is awake.
4/4 Menace, Lifelink, whatever.
Menace, lifelink, indestructible.
Indestructible, right. The most important one.
Yep, the god one. And because there are that big pile of cards in exile for Blake and even for George, that is the 7 to wake this up.
Yeah, goodbye, Fatal Push.
Goodbye, fatal push to.
Gaia Reach activation.
Oh, incredible. Huge for Blake.
Yep.
'Cause he drew Oculus off it.
He did draw Oculus, but his graveyard is not stocked enough for Oculus yet.
We'll
Because
figure
he's
it out.
got, if you want, because you have to exile his Cling again,
Right.
unless he's firing off Fatal Pushes just
Yeah.
to stock his graveyard.
Yeah, what do you think the first card Blake cuts post board?
Fatal Push.
Okay, great. Yeah, thought so.
Now here's the thing: do you Fatal Push now? Oh no, you counterspell. You counterspell the.
No, I'm gonna counterspell.
Yeah, you're gonna counterspell the Solitude.
Me, I would counterspell.
Yeah, you're right. I still think I still want to see a Fatal Push get fired off to put cards in the graveyard.
We'll talk to Blake after.
Yeah.
Let him know. Option available. Double Oculus?
I love using removal spells of my own things to put cards in
Oh,
my graveyard. I
been
love
there,
love to
done
do
that.
it. I Fatal Pushing an Orc token
I've,
so many times.
I've been known to pitch cast a Solitude on my own Grizzlebrand. I've been known to do it.
Sure, why not?
Sometimes you gotta get it out of here. Sometimes bad things will happen to you.
So does this Ketramos, do you think it fights George's life total, or does it fight the Jace first?
How can you not kill this Jace? It's the only thing that matters.
It is the only thing that matters, yeah.
I need this thing dead. Stat. Because look at Blake's grip. Look at George's grip. The only thing that fixes that is Jace.
That's true.
I'm not letting that happen. Because Blake is getting very close to the point that he can deal with 1 card a turn out of George.
That's true.
But I'm not going to let him pick which card it is. Because that's
Yep.
kind of the secret. If you brainstorm every time, you just get to pick which card it is that you kind of just keep having over and over. And I'm not letting my control opponent have that choice. And now that I've spent a fetch,
Yep.
get these 6
so
out of here.
we're going to get these 6 out of here. So we lose the Cling,
Yep. But also we exiled cards, so look, Ketramos draw.
but Ketramos draw.
Just
Yep.
Quick catch draw.
Thought sees that last card. It's a spell snare.
Great. Gone. I guess I'll go down to 21. Thank you, Solitude. Woo! Oh, my dudes. My dudes. What was that? See what I see?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
You drew too quick.
There it is.
No,
is, we're good.
don't put it die there.
There we go. Okay,
Yep.
great. All right, and now Gaia Reach activation.
Yep,
And
and-
gone. Dunzo.
Game 2.
Holy game.
That was
Holy
quite a
game.
game. That was quite a game.
Do we get to see the goods? Nothing.
No.
This little blue eye control. This is close. Oh,
This has got to be close.
my girl
Wait,
is in here.
I
Spotter.
I really hope Wandering Emperor is in the 75 on the table.
Here's the deal. It's definitely not.
It's definitely not.
But I personally do know of folks playing the Wandering Emperor specifically said it's very good against Boros. I believe them.
I believe him. But
Uh,
Wandering Emperor is my favorite planeswalker they've ever printed.
Same. Wait,
So cool.
have we talked that my favorites are Grist and Wandering Emperor because they both rule and are in like new Planeswalker design space.
I think you've mentioned that. Mine are
Yeah.
4-mana Chandra.
Power
there's a-
Master?
No. Torch of Defiance. I guess
Oh,
there's a
the
lot.
Jason Mind Sculptor one.
There's a lot of 4-1s. And Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor is just like so
Emperor is
cool.
incredible.
You get to use a planeswalker ability outside of a sorcery speed window. It has
She's so cool.
flash. She does everything. She's removal. She makes blockers. She gives somebody vigilance. She's awesome.
If this is close to what George is playing, and this is close, right? I think the emperors aren't there.
I bet Big Teferi is though.
Maybe that little chunk of space, that's my maybe zone, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of this is pretty close, pretty spot on. Cards out of the board, if they exist, whether they do or don't. Things like Mystical Dispute. This is the time. This is the space. Because there's just gonna be a lot of blue to fight over. If there are additional copies of Teferi Time Raveler on the board, if this is something like this, I want the Time Raveler. It's really good against all the creatures out of Blake, and it's good against the counter magic interaction in general. And actually, surprisingly, Wrath of the Skies probably is going to look really good. The longer we go without seeing Murktide, the better Wrath of the Skies look.
Oh yeah, because Wrath of the Skies is really good at cleaning up Oculus and its tokens.
If it's Oculus, if it's Frog, if it's Bowmaster, Wrath of the Skies looks incredible. If a Murktide shows up, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
So a card that's
Rest
not
in Peace
good.
probably going to be in. Probably might be coming in.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. And then, all right, this is the Blink variant, but things that are important is this version here is also leaning on the Frog Ketramos synergy, alongside cards like Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. We're going to see a lot of that same stuff here in this list out of Blake. Importantly, sideboard cards are going to look basically pretty similar. If there's access to more Teferi Time Ravelers, more Prismatic Endings, more Mystical Disputes, or things of the like, probably going to be worthwhile. And if you're Blake, I would take a good hard look at your consigned memories, because get Solitude, get Subtlety, get Leyline Binding, that depending on just how many of those bad Fatal Pushes and other things are in the main deck, and if you've got 1 or 2 things you want to bring in but 4 pushes to cut, those consigns have some very real text, and this game is off to the races. Checking the grip for Thoughtseize stuff.
Yep.
Solitude down. We got land, Counterspell there in the middle, and Isochron Scepter, Prismatic Ending.
I don't think I've seen that counterspell before.
It's from
Mystery
Secret Lair.
Another Secret Lair, because it's got the future sight frame.
No,
Sort of.
it just has this very beautiful kind of flowy blue kind of circle pattern that almost looks like the future sight.
Oh, okay.
This one had other cards, like there's the really pretty Aether Gust that was alongside this counterspell, and a couple others.
Secret Lair blue cards.
Yeah, Secret Lair, painterly, pretty blue cards, that kind of jam. Not the Doctor Strange $100 counterspells, and not the
Oh, the Doctor Strange one is cool.
I think it's cool. We're seeing George with the prismatic endings, but not the bonus sheet counterspells. So a little column A, a little column B on a choice of the goods here tonight for George. Blake, after that Thoughtseize, played another land, pass it on back.
Holding 2 counterspells and some other stuff.
And a dream.
And a dream, yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Oh.
Someone in chat's mentioning. I do think it was actually might have been a Kaido themed.
Oh, okay.
Secret Lair. I remember there being like Unmask and Veil Summers and stuff that also got Secret Lairs around the time of Kamigawa. Beautiful, beautiful time, beautiful blocks.
I'm sure we'll go back there someday.
Probably sooner than you think. But instead, we get to go back to places like Lorwyn and Strixhaven.
I'm very excited for Lorwyn. Lorwyn was my favorite set and my first set. So, look at that!
Boom, boom,
Boom!
boom,
Wow.
boom, boom, boom. That's a Harbinger of the Seas, which we didn't even call out. But George's greedy mana base could fold to that powerful 2/2. but Solitude may have something to say about that.
Solitude might have something to say about that. I think also currently has you could just float the mana and leyline binding, right? Because
So you can float the 3 mana
we
and have domain 1, so no.
no, because we have four land types currently.
But if it resolves, we have 1 land type. So then our float won't be enough.
Game one?
Game 1 to Blake.
Blake.
Oh, okay.
No, but you float the mana before with the card on the stack.
Right, but then your leyline binding doesn't see domain; it just sees random colors in the pool.
Oh, right,
That's-
right.
I've tried to do that many times as well.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So we're
Here's
thinking
an
about
Unearth. Did you see
Unearth.
which one it pointed at?
I think you just said unearth.
Oh, nice. You don't even get to know.
We don't even get to know. Probably the. He's thinking about it, so it's got to be Harbinger, right?
Huh. You're auto countering if it's
Well, because if it's Oculus, you can just leyline binding.
Blake's turn to Mistlands.
Yep, Blake's turn to Mistlands.
George is a little flooded on them, maybe.
No, he's got his comfortable 3. He's right where he wants to be.
Yeah, where he does not want to be. All right. Ooh, a Graveyard Trespasser. I can't believe that this is the best anti-graveyard unearthable threat, and it just keeps happening.
A Graveyard Trespasser. I don't know if it's fraudulent or what, but he keeps showing up
I know.
in various lists, and I'm just like, this can't be.
This can't be it, right? But it
but,
is.
But it is. It's kind of like that Pioneer Rakdos deck that was good for a while. That was just like
just good card into good card
just
into
like
good card.
a bunch of 3-drops in a trench coat,
Yes.
and you look at the deck and you're like, this looks like the deck your friend would build, and be like, bro, it's so good.
And it just was.
And then it actually just was for a while.
That's how a lot of stuff feels sometimes. Counterspell. Down goes the Graveyard Trespasser.
Goodbye, Graveyard Trespasser.
Blake, we got 5 cards to 5 cards. Land for George, huge. Breaks the parity.
Breaks the parity. Because Blake is having trouble going threat with Counterspell backup.
Right.
That's the key here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Did bring in the consigns.
So
Blake knows that George has felt comfortable leyline binding his threats.
right.
So hold up the consign. So if George leyline binding, spell snare.
Oh. Brump.
Because that might have been a moment of understanding how my opponent played in game 1 to indicate how I would like to play in game 2. You know, if my opponent fast countered my frog in game 1, maybe I expect that here. But we know a binding space up from George. We know that was George's answer in game 1. So maybe that would have been the moment to kind of, get in there to consign that leyline binding trigger. But it was not to be spell, snare, hiding. Scolding down.
Scolding down. Yeah, you've already
You've answered the frog.
you've answered the frog.
And scolding probably quickly running out of targets.
Yeah, it probably only hits the frog.
Yeah, and supposed bow masters, right? We keep saying
Oh, right.
we haven't seen any, but if you're George, you'd be terrified of them.
So you got a thought scour in response here. You can't let Narset resolve because then you're
Blake-
just like.
Well, Blake can still draw a card because it's not his turn. But,
Oh, right. I suppose that's true.
but just in case.
Just in case.
What if he drew Force?
What
Instead
if he drew
milled it?
Force? Yep, there he
Dark
is.
Divine Safari. That's what happened last time. Important to note, while George is representing a single white mana, he does not have full domain. He has Catcher of Triumph, but no black mana.
Right.
So even though it looks like he can binding, he can't. Very important.
And Blake probably just interested in slamming this Harbinger, right? Ironically, a target for the Stern Scolding.
Oh.
Oh,
Just-
no, we want to unearth.
Yeah. Blake just really needs George's last card to not be Solitude so we can put a plan together.
Or maybe we're just going
Big.
big. Yeah.
End game. The thing is the prismatic ending can't answer this, but there's counterspell for Blake. So George, because he doesn't have full domain, is kind of constrained on his ability to double spell.
Right.
Oh, we did see in game 1, George had Sink in a Stupor. A big thing that we used to talk about is Narset's ability to find lands due to MDFCs.
Oh,
looks
sure.
like George is going with Sink in a Stupor, so Narset might be able to help with this problem of being able to double spell because she could find an MDFC land. Really just like helps negate the downside of Narset that you could just also add lands in there.
So what is this last card we're thinking about casting during the end step?
Trigger.
Go ahead.
That's
and
my favorite
put-
part is on the pass. It's on the trigger. It's
Yep.
trigger. It's on the stack. Here it is.
I think that was land.
Great.
So let's go. Let's see what we got.
So if you want to talk super high level magic,
Hey, look at
see
that.
that is
Just like you said.
I just said that thing. Very importantly, if your opponent is manifesting, local levels like this, totally chill to manifest like this, right? The more competitive you're feeling, I would recommend tracking the number of the manifest creature and tracking what they bend when they manifested dread. So this wasn't a thing with OG manifesting. There was no second card.
Right.
But now a choice is made every time, right? So when you're George and you see land hit the bin and a decision that quickly, I'm going to write down manifest 1, watery grave, knowing that's like, this probably isn't a card that means that much that's face down, right? But sometimes you get a lot of important information if it's like, oh, they thought about it for a while, they put Torch the Tower in the graveyard. You're like, okay, what does that mean to me? And you can eventually literally go, manifest 2, which you bend this for, which this you bend this for. Every little bit adds up for people.
Right. So we're Cling to Dust, end of turn, tapping the Watery Grave, not the Meticulous Archive. Just confirming, yes, I do get to draw a card.
Yep, because you get your 1.
Then we're going to Leyline Binding, the
Here in the end, this is the consign, maybe.
Consign,
Chef's Kiss. Consign the ETB trigger.
and here comes
Counterspell the
Counterspell. Yep,
Consign.
third Counterspell. on the
couldn't-
Consign.
Couldn't replicate it because it's just some short on mana the whole time.
So this Narset probably about to get manifested.
Oh, yeah, this is important. Was she about to get bonked? But a March of Otherworldly Light for 0, taking down the Manifest Dread creature. Okay, huge for Blake. Huge for Blake. Drew a land here. That was off the cling. So George was doing all of that in response to the cling, same way playing around Force.
Right. So Frog with Counterspell backup, that looks pretty good.
Been trying to do this for a while, and Blake finally able to do it. Narset currently just the you can't draw clause, but no activate abilities available, no plus, no minus, with just the 1 counter. She's already done
Yeah,
the hard part.
She doesn't have the ability of Dakon or
No.
or what's the other one?
Oh, God.
Kasmina.
Kasmina.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shared abilities, no uppies here for this Narset.
So here comes
Pending.
Pending.
Incredible. Pending for 3. Pending for 3.
but has Counterspell.
But this is huge. George learning, right? Plays
Yep.
on the spell center here, has the ability to do so, does so, holds up counterspell. Blake plays into it, and no counterspell out of George.
Also, George gets to get a basic. Right. So respecting the Harbinger
Has to at this point.
has to at this point, and also at this point, maybe you're out of other things that you
Right.
can fetch.
But unlocking this white means ability to
Oh.
specifically play Teferi.
Yep. So bounce your guy, draw a card.
Okay.
All right. Planeswalkers on parade.
But both of them had teeny tiny loyalty. Okay, Blake. So
So is Blake gonna?
he's going to go Shock, Frog, Harbinger. Have access to 4 islands in this swamp off to the left. And say, do something about it, George.
That's true. Or is it just gonna be Frog Counterspell? Nope. It's
No way.
just double threat.
Threats on the table, right? Because if you get to untap, both of these take out George's 2 value cards.
This is where George draws Supreme Verdict. Oh no, they need double white for that. So,
Has double white. That's a plains, just incredibly.
but it's a
unknown
plains. But
to-
the other ones are islands.
I'm just kidding. Could grab Kahira.
Oh
Ne-
sure,
if
pick up
needs-
pick up Kahira.
Some solitude food. Nothing else. Kahira specifically a green-white creature, so not castable off the island and the plains.
Oh, so has pending.
But it's only ever for 2.
Yeah,
Take
so
out
you
the
can
frog.
pending the frog. Probably just pending the frog on your turn, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. You have to
Yeah,
ferry.
you have Teferi plus, but just don't mess.
Yeah.
Just make it happen right now. No discard out of Blake.
3 mana. Pick up Kahira. Yep. Pick
Yep.
up Kahira.
So this Harbinger's forced to go after the Teferi, no matter what, because of the contents of Blake's hand.
Right, because you want to you really need to unlock the counterspell.
Gotta unlock it. George with a single card in hand.
Thoughtseize. Probably gonna get
Thoughtseize?
Thoughtseized.
Oh, knowledge is power. The Kahira
Oh,
gone.
Kahira.
Second planes.
Second planes.
Which could
Okay.
have cast the Kahira. Take down Teferi.
Yep. Goodbye,
Boom.
Teferi. Boom.
Counterspell unlocked for whatever happens next.
What a game.
Harbinger's got a lot of work to do to actually do the damage this game, but clock starts now.
Yep. Take out clean up
guess you-
another. Yeah, you got to clean up the other planeswalker.
Oh,
Oh no.
no, you don't, because we have the insurance for one spell.
Oh, that's true.
And if George keeps playing lands out, we always know that we have insurance for the one spell. So I think George was incentivized to hold that fetch to signify second spell.
Oh, sure.
But now we're clinging? We're
Yeah.
clinging.
So escape cling
Draw
pen-
card, prismatic ending.
pending doesn't do
Blank.
anything. Yeah.
Absolutely blank.
Currently blank. Murktide. Murktide is big.
B-I-G big. So do the math. If we make this the 7/7 plus the 2/2 the Harbinger, that's gamesies.
That would be game. Yeah, because
All right, Blake,
with counterspell backup.
you know it.
Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yep.
Boom.
Big money.
Exact lethal in play. Counterspell in hand. Subtlety.
Subtlety.
Taste this. Counterspell.
Yep. Here comes counterspell.
Taste it.
No.
Okay, huge, right? Exact lethal in play for Blake. Big draw from George. Solitude can be cast. Land is
No.
not it. And what a
What a-
scrapper.
Yeah. What a series of games. That was good stuff.
Before we ramble, do we have homies in the back? Ah,
Nope.
who would have guessed? Blue v Blue, spending
Blue v
time,
Blue, yeah.
hanging out.
The other one was like Storm v something. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
There was a lot of red on the other side of the
A
table.
lot of red on the
Oh.
other side of the table. Huge. Haviva off the side letting us know the goods about our backup match. But we know that folks love our blue mages around here. So we made sure to showcase them for you here. They'll continue to battle all through the day, all through the night. Who knows? Sitting on backup, they could be there. And if you want to battle on the big stages, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, July 19th and the 20th is the beginning of season number 2. St. Paul, Minnesota, next weekend. 10K Modern Showdown.
Next
Showdown.
weekend.
Next weekend.
Jesus.
I know, right? 10K Modern Showdown. What does Showdown mean? Showdown means if you win the event, number 1, you get trophy. You get invite to NRG Champs. You get a token made in your likeness. And you can see this picture here on the right side of Mr. Question Mark. Who could it be? If you win an event, they'll take a big, cool, beautiful photo of you with your trophy and then hang it up on the wall in the venue. So pretty cool. On top of all the things, you get to take all of that home on top of the prize and the goods and the invite to champs. Sunday 5K Legacy Trial Event. Continuing on, Lansing in August is 10K Standard and 10K Team Standard Modern. What's that third one?
Popper.
NRG making a big push to support the well-beloved formats in this back half of the season, with Legacy in the first event and now Pauper here in our second. Mid-September here in the Mundelein area, we've got 10K Modern and a 5K TBD. And then in November, Elmhurst, Illinois, 10K Modern, Standard, Sealed, Modern, and 10K Modern Showdown. Again, remember, those showdowns means you auto-queue for champs, but those trials, just as good, get you those points, get you those winnings, get you that money in your pockets.
One more.
If you need cards for this event, say you really, 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 really want to play in St. Paul, Minnesota, but you have new standard cards that you need to buy for doing side events, or you're playing Legacy and you did not know that X broken card in Final Fantasy exists, you can go to nerdragegaming.com, pick up the goods. You can order if you're local, come by and pick it up. You can order it for pickup at the NRG event and the cards will be ready there for you. You can get it shipped out to you. And if you see it and it's not available in the NRG store, you can wish list it. The second NRG buys it, the second it's in their stock, you'll get notified so that you can add it to your cart and it can become your card. And the more you buy, the more you save. NRG's got kickback. From 1% all the way up to 10%, the more and more that you support NRG, the more NRG supports you. With that being said, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We will see you ASAP for round number 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to round number 2 of Wednesday Night Modern here at the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store. Our players are off to the races. Welcome, everyone. We have Luke on the left side who said to me, I'm not playing a real deck, and then showed me his deck, and we said, welcome to feature match.
Yeah, I said get on over. You thought you were on backup, but slide on over.
Mm-mm-mm.
Your deck has Aerith in it, so we need to see
Yes.
it.
I love nothing more in my entire life than creature combo decks, and whew, the 3-mana one.
There's an Aerith
That
that
cares
one.
about life gain.
Aerith Gainsborough, yeah,
Perfect.
because Aerith the Last Scion or
Yeah.
Aerith the Last whatever is a
Yeah.
commander card.
We have Andre on the right side. Very importantly, on this Is It VV Cutter deck. If you liked Is It Breach, if you liked the shell and all the goods that are in it, this is the new shell. These are the new games. These are the new toys. But Luke on the left side, if you want to talk about new toys, this is a life gain combo with the creature combo package for Luke that I believe needs to get a Walking Ballista under a Soul Cauldron and then give Walking Ballista's ability to Aerith, and you have a machine gun.
Yes.
Because she has lifelink, so she'll deal 1 damage to something, you'll gain a life and put a counter on her, and rinse and repeat. So if you were a fan of Yawgmoth shenanigans, if you were a fan of Devoted Druid shenanigans, if you were a fan of Heliod shenanigans, it's back, it's persisting. This is its new form. Thank you, Final Fantasy.
Thank you, Final Fantasy.
Thank you, Final Fantasy.
Is anybody on Jeskai Wizards? I don't know.
Our known Steam Vents Wizards gamer is not in the house tonight. Luke, made to grab this, guys. You can't grab that off Malevolent Rumble, my friend.
Yeah, you can't do that.
A land just for you instead.
He figured it out. Oh, one of the lands where it's impossible to tell what land it is.
Absolutely.
No, that's a
Typically,
plains, obviously, but
but Luke getting dangerously close to banned from stream for use of the worst basics for coverage.
You think those are the worst ones? What about the black and white ones?
Which black and white ones?
The Midnight Haunt ones.
Those might be the actual worst.
Those are pretty hard.
The Lord of the Rings ones and those ones are close. Also really bad is the completed foil ones that, depending on your types of sleeves, they could be an illegible camera glare mess. Anyways, Luke with a Guide of Souls, an unbelievable magic card in play. Andres on the right side with Tamio making a second clue, and don't miss that Emery just off to the side there, quickly amassing a board state. And I wonder...
Yes, there's a Soul Guide Lantern and a bauble to get. Soul Guide Lantern probably is good, although that depends on if they know what Luke is up to.
That was my exact statement. Was, do you know what your opponent is up to? Do we know what's going on? Do you even know what to be on the lookout for? Do we know if the graveyard matters, right?
Yeah, it's also possible you just want to play the bauble because you also want to get a construct this turn, right? So you don't even want to spend mana.
Of course, don't spend the mana.
We want to play VV. Then we play the bauble.
Now I'm playing the bauble for sure.
Yeah, all right.
Take your point of damage. Here's a counter on my VV. It begins VV, beloved black mage from Final Fantasy 12 or
9.
12 or 13? 9, really?
9.
Dang. I know VV rules.
I think it's funny that VV is literally a black mage, but is an Is It card.
Okay, we can't get into that. D&D broke that seal immediately with the red wizards being blue.
No, you're right. But all the other black mages are black.
Yes, when you're cornered by them, when you find the
Actually,
rod.
that's not true.
Yeah, what about the Black Waltz number 3?
Black Waltz number 3 is
Black Red.
Rakdos. Yeah.
Here's a fetch from Luke. I don't know on what timeline or to what go offedness we need to worry about from Luke, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because we learned from Brood-Scale for a while now that Walking Ballista at any point for 0 can just write itself into the graveyard, right? So even if that's hiding in Luke's hand, it could quickly be in the graveyard. So it needs to be paired alongside the Axe of Soul Cauldron and the Aerith. So 3 cards needed and 3, 4, 5 mana and a Ballista in the yard.
I think there's 3 ballistas in hand.
Okay.
So we're just gonna fire up Ballista for 2.
Yeah, let's assemble a little something here.
So Bobble.
Take a little peek. Okay, that one's huge.
That's Aerith.
That's
Okay,
Aerith.
that's good. That's a good place to start.
So we know the last piece that Luke needs then is to find a soul called Drin.
Yep.
I believe. Correct me at home, folks. But I know that the Ballista in the graveyard under the cauldron would give the ability to Aerith. Aerith has lifelink. When she shoots for 1, she triggers her second ability. It says when you gain life, put a counter on creatures you control. So it sounds like that's the Loopski.
Is it? I think it's when you gain life, put a creature on a counter on her, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay.
It's when
good to know.
then when she dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on all your legendaries. Equal to her
put a
power.
counter on her. So it has to be her, but she has inherent lifelink, which helps kind of put the puzzle together.
Right. So she's like the activated Heliod for less mana.
Yes.
But she's also not indestructible.
Right. And it has to be her, right?
Has to be her. So we're gonna make a
Construct.
Don Quixote token.
Lord of the Mancha?
Well, because he fights the windmills.
Windmill. Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha.
Japanese superstore also.
Okay. The
big-
windmill?
Well, no, Don Quixote.
Oh, so not the windmill.
No.
And here's a Mox Opal coming off this saga.
That's so many artifacts.
Big. 4? That can't be right. I guess it is 4.
It's currently 4,
Tamio has a
Uh,
guaranteed 5.
but it's about to be 5.
And here's the bauble. Trigger your VV.
So
Ping you.
take 1 off VV.
Now, I don't know if this VV Cutter deck has a good use for all the VV mana.
I mean, even if you don't, I think just like VV is big.
VV big.
VV mana, pop all your clues.
Okay, yeah,
Draw a bunch of
popping
cards.
clues.
You know, that's
Flip
that's
your
not nothing. Flip Tamio.
Draw card, flip Tamio. I like
Yeah,
those.
because you can add 3.
This VV's not even rumbling. This VV's a 3/6. Get that thing in there. Because
I think I assume that since VV is doing like a million things, some people just forget like, oh, the alternative text of
these are +1/+1
yeah,
counters.
these are +1/+1 counters. It doesn't actually it's not extra mana.
Little flip ski on the Tamio.
So yep,
Counting,
Tamio is
counting.
flipped.
See, Luke, head in hands, doesn't know that the best card in his deck's sitting on top there.
Well, no, because it's Walking Ballista. No, it's Aerith. You're right.
It's Aerith.
Aerith is on top.
If Luke has land Ballista in hand or land Cauldron in hand,
I
it's
think
about to all be put together.
yeah, I think his hand currently is 2 ballistas and something.
That's not the correct equation.
We're leaving the vial on
On
1
one.
again.
Who's the one? Guide of Souls.
Guide of Souls.
Pride. I imagine we're guide priding. Must just be guide pride.
Maybe there's just no 2, but theoretically you want 3,
Yeah,
right?
I want to make my way up to 3. Another Portico.
Didn't even see. Could have been Orm's Chant.
I think 11 damage is pretty close to being face up right now.
Oh. I found his list. It's a spike list.
It's a spike list. Oh yeah.
okay,
yeah,
it's a spike
yeah. It's a
list.
spike list.
That would've been-
So sorry.
Let's look at spike first.
Always check spike. Here's a Metallic Rebuke on the second Ballista.
Don't
Um,
worry, 3rd ballista in hand.
Huge. Well, this Ballista hitting the bin, that's exactly where Luke wants it.
Attack for 2?
Wow. Mad.
Oh, because
mad.
tap the construct to oh, it is Orm's Chant on top. I was right.
Okay.
So draw and draw.
Draw and draw. But now this Ballista isn't on blocking duty. Andres might be able to find 11.
So pick up Galvanic Blast.
Pick it up.
Blast you to 7.
Huge.
VV is now 4. Construct is,
and a
oh,
VV damage.
yeah, so it's actually it's pick up blast Luke's face. Game's over.
Go home.
Yeah, because
oh yeah, there's exactly 3 artifacts.
not only that, but if you also there's no more Tamio.
No more Tamio.
Oh, but you can play an artifact from your Emery.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's definitely pick up blast, put any artifact
No.
into play.
How about? It looks like we got a VV activation. We're about to use this mana for something.
We'll use the mana first. You also have a million cards in hand.
Yeah, it might be an all roads lead to Rome situation.
Yeah. With God's Eye View, we're able to just be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, just do this, obviously.
And someone in chat asking if there was a Wizards deck. No, but we sure have these ones.
We sure do
Uh,
have these ones.
This Vivi and this Emery and this Tamio. These may not be all the Wizards cards, but these Wizards are clocking in.
They are clocking in for sure. So Luke at 10. Currently have 7 damage face up. So now it's just, it's attack Galvanic Blast.
Oh, there
Yep,
goes the
pick up.
Tamio. Here comes
Okay.
Rebuke. I can't die.
I mean, that, sure.
None's damage to me, please.
Play Tamio.
What else? Who else are we looking at?
I guess this is a safer bet, but you know Orm's Chant is on top of your opponent's library.
Well, they're not.
So-
Luke's not going to get a turn here.
5.
VV big plus
Okay,
the
yeah,
construct.
that's 9. So VV is 5 plus construct is 4. So yeah, okay. Lethal found.
You did it. Found it. And the Soul Guide Lantern just in case, which maybe means Andre's a little aware of what the combo might be, or just targeting the creature just in case.
Right. Attack for 9. Luke is dead. Take 9 damage. Be dead.
No Ballista upstairs on the way out. Can't believe this. Show me that spike list. Booyah. Here we go. Check it out. So we were asking ourselves, Aether Vial on 1. Well, the spike list doesn't even have vials, but it does have this combo of guides, prides, Haywire Might, a good reasons and chunks to leave it on 1. We saw these cards. We saw Ballista. We saw Aerith. We saw Malevolent Rumble. And we don't know if any of the remaining spice exists. Things like maybe Ranger Captain, Heliod Proper, Bright Glass Gear Hall,
Gear Hulk.
Static Prison, maybe. And that's a Phoenix down.
Phoenix down.
I see you, Phoenix down. But the cards out of the board that might exist, cards like Haywire Might, Pick Your Poison, Veil of Summer, Deafening Silence, Grafdigger's Cage, Pith Needle, Soul Guide, and 3 Vexing Baubles. Some people are not messing around. Sign me up for...
Pithing Needle probably is good.
Time for Needle. I'll take some Deafening Silence.
Soul Guide Lantern, not terrible probably.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Right, because it helps you counteract their Emery while just
Right.
bringing in a single card that, if we have the Bright Glass Gear Hulk, it's Bright Glass Gear Hulk findable.
Right.
A lot of these cards are maybes, right? Do you want another Haywire Might? Maybe. Do you want these Veil of Summers? A little. Do you want these Grafdigger's Cages? Kind of. Do you want these Vexing Baubles? Kind of.
Right.
So it's going to be the classic case of, like, please don't overboard, but board some amount to make sure that you can interact back.
Board 15 and send it.
This is an available 15. I wouldn't fault you for any of these. The Pick Your Poisons probably. So if you allow me, I'll full 12.
Okay, full 12.
And here is the Wizards, not Wizards, as the Wizards of choice are cards like Tamio, Emery, and Vivi alongside all the good blue-red cards. If you liked Breach, you'll like this list. Cards out of the board that could be options, depending on what our players are playing. Things like Haywire Might, Harbinger of the Seas, Consign to Memory, Fire, Magic, Flame of Venor, Force Negation, Metallic Rebuke, Pithing Needle, Shadow, Spear.
Pithing Needle, also good, probably.
Also good here. As well as Flame of Venor.
Flame of Venor is good.
Once you know the full combo, this answers literally both sides of it. You do 5 to Aerith and hit the Cauldron. And Fire Magic, based on what I've seen, seems like this could be a very powerful, like, 1.5-sided Wrath, depending on what is the current texture of the game. But Fire Magic is quite good against specifically Ocelot Pride.
Very good against Ocelot Pride.
Big Fire Magic fan right over here. So
Also has Vivi's face on it.
yeah. Who's casting the Fire Magic? Vivi.
Vivi's casting the Fire
Vivi
Magic.
casting the Fire Magic. Players prepped. We're shuffling. We're drawing. It's go time. The part that I just want to know is, does Andre know what Luke is doing? Andre just got to kind of do what they wanted to do. Saw a little bit out of Luke. I see cards like Solitude in Luke's hand.
Solitude, Recruiter.
Yeah, Recruiter of the Guard.
Bunch of lands, Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, probably
Lakipski.
keepable.
Okay, Keepski. Oh, I forgot we saw those main deck Wrathless guys too. Luke is up to something.
Oh yeah, we're cooking.
Oh, yes.
Nope. Andres, you don't get
How
to go
dare
first.
you win game 1 and go to first?
Could you imagine
This game. Some of these games will go a lot faster.
You're like, I won, so I'm going first. Okay, so we brought in Deafening Silence.
Of course, Deafening Silence is like designed for any of these decks that want to do Emery stuff or Cutter stuff or VV stuff. Sign me up for Deafening Silence.
It certainly is hard to trigger Flurry if you can only cast one spell a turn.
Yes. Well, the important part is deafening.
Oh, it's a
is
non-creature,
one
right?
non-creature.
So you can cast your VV and a non-creature.
Yes, and get your triggers that way, or cast your Cutter and then a creature. And also with Luke being such a creature dense deck, it stops him a lot less.
Right. So here comes Malevolent Rumble, Land Vial, Deafening Silence.
Now,
Can you get a permanent?
Yes,
So you can get Deafening Silence.
but already has one, so maybe interested.
Oh,
in
right,
Vial.
already has one.
But I do love.
No, it doesn't have one.
Oh, we know they brought it in.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
Deafening Silence was in the bottom of the library earlier. So we have Recruiter,
Solitude,
Land.
I agree.
So probably Deafening Silence, right? Or Third Land.
More land. Give me the land, please. Important thing that I like is that Malevolent Rumble is kind of the cantrip of this deck, and the impactful sideboard cards are permanents, right? So I like when a deck kind of has an internal synergy. It's like if you have Ancient Stirrings, you want your sideboard cards to be colorless like we found off of it.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, Andres, with the 1-2 punch, forget Ledger Shredder, Mishra's Bauble, introduced me to Corey Steelcutter, Mox Opal.
Ah, look at that. And has a Mox Amber.
Take 3.
Take 3. And has an extra mana. Or now can activate the Mox Opal if they want.
Yeah, I can activate the Mox Opal.
Pretty good. And just play Recruiter. Go get Aerith. Go get Walking Ballista.
That is nice that it can get the Ballista if you need to. And can you get Aerith, right? Because Aerith is a 2-2?
Aerith's 2/2. Yep.
Okay, great. Internal synergies.
Get another Solitude.
One more for the road.
One more for the road.
I think if I'm Luke, I want to not... I was thinking about kind of banking the Eldrazi mana, which he still gets to do here, to try to hardcast Solitude next turn. It's an Aether Vial. It's a beautiful version. May knows it.
I know my favorite Aether Vial.
Favorite Aether Vial. It is gorgeous.
Big fan.
I have the one with big Dak Faden in the background, like reaching out to grab it.
Yeah, he's doing the what do you call it? The Indiana Jones.
Yes, he's about to do the swap with the bag.
So we're just gonna cast this Aerith.
Yeah, Aerith grabbed for Luke. I've yet to see an Agatha Soul Cauldron. I didn't see game 1. We haven't caught
Surely
a
it's
glimpse
in
in
the
game 2.
deck.
How about Jellyfish Fields Plains?
Oh, that's Jellyfish Fields.
Jellyfish Fields Spotted.
Not to be confused with Forlorn Fields. Is that the Fortnite one? It's something Fields.
Wow.
No, it's something Farms.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Forlorn Farms, I think.
Wow, showing off your knowledge here on the Magic the Gathering stream.
I like Fortnite.
I'd like to watch it, actually.
It's fun.
And then I realized how big the file was, and I had to delete it from my Switch.
Yeah, it's big.
Holy big. And here's a Recruiter of the Guard that, if Andres has a Metallic Rebuke, is available.
Yep.
Blue from the Opal.
Blue from the
And
Opal.
then improvise.
improvise the other two, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
This PV deck is cool.
Yeah. Well, again, if you like them breach cards, they're all here.
That's true. There's
If
no
you like VV Cutter, those are here now too.
just attack for 1 or 2, I suppose.
Just two.
Just 2.
Definitely not going to make like a 6/6 here off this saga, and then make another 6/6 and say good luck to my opponent.
Right.
Again, Luke, kind of a cauldron and a turn away from putting this all together. Ocelot Pride. You love to see it. Beautiful Ocelot Pride, by the way. Anders wants to take a peek at Aerith. No need. Don't worry about her.
Don't worry about her.
She's totally fine. Don't worry about her.
She's a flower girl.
Is that true?
That's what she's a flower girl from the slums.
Yes. Before she becomes a healing white mage.
Right. Well, she already had a little bit of white magic before she goes on an adventure with Cloud. And
Of course. She must go with Cloud.
Yeah, wants to go with Cloud. Doesn't work out for her though. She
Oh.
dies.
Wow. Hey, everyone. So sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry I spoiled that game from 1998.
Sorry. Wow.
There's no card in Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy which depicts
Isn't there?
There is.
Isn't it called like Aerith's like Last Stand or Aerith's Decision or something?
Sephiroth's Intervention.
Sephiroth, yeah, oh yeah, whoopsie.
Destroy target creature, lose 2 life, or gain 2 life.
Did Sephiroth do this?
He did.
Oh, no,
There it is.
You didn't have the the other side of the image.
Yep.
As Andres here, it looks like debating on what to do with this saga.
Yeah, deciding if want to make another construct or
Every-
float mana. Float mana.
Every time I see this like labored decision from someone, it just lets me know that you don't have the boots in your deck.
Yeah.
Because if you had the boots, you would just make a big boy and put the boots on the boy, and you would
Well,
smash.
Now we're making the boy.
Yes.
So here comes boots.
No, no way you got the boots. No way. See, no boots.
Fresh opal.
Get me a 61st, get the boots in here, and let these boys beat people up. Because that was always my favorite backup whenever you had a saga deck, is like sometimes you just look down and go, make 6/6, make 7/7, give haste, smash. Like your saga can just become the game over.
Yeah, it's the modern Magic design where everything is like 3 things.
Yes.
Everything is its own backup plan.
Yes, it's never payoff and enabler on 2 different cards. Just cards are payoffs and enablers.
So play Tameo, activate.
Oh,
Mox
yeah?
Amber.
Yeah, Tamio, what are you gonna do?
Spell bomb. Trigger
Spell bomb
this.
is pretty bad for Luke.
Spell bomb's pretty bad. Yeah, not a good one.
Again, Luke, a cauldron away from blast off.
Cauldron away from blast. Well, no, it doesn't have the what do you call it? This time.
Ballista?
The ballista this time.
Thought it was in hand or yard.
I don't think so. I think the hand is solitude,
Meh.
solitude, land, Aerith.
Aerith.
So
The Malevolent Rumbles have not been kind. I have so many permanents that let me get a 3rd row going here. To the heavens for Luke, hoping for the goods. Lush Portico on the way.
So 1 card left from Andres. 2.
Okay, so Luke, Portico from Malevolent Rumble. Rumble over a Ballista, find a Cauldron. We'll have land,
Oh,
Scion
Orange
land.
Chant is actually kind of good, right?
That's a
It's a
pause. that's a no. Okay. Development turn.
Yep. So drew Holy Day for turn.
Are you joking with me?
Well, no, Orange Chant is going to effectively be a Holy Day.
Oh, I see. Didn't they actually print Holy Day and it's silence?
Well, no, there is silence. Holy Day is just fog. But it's white.
Oh, sorry. The Final Fantasy is Holy Magic.
Oh, Holy Magic, yeah.
Yes.
So play
Here's Aerith
Aerith.
and we need to play this land. Is that Idyllic Grange?
Idyllic Grange.
Heck
Put a
yeah,
1/1
dude.
counter on. I have a 3/3. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Blocks your Cory Steel Cutter creature.
So
Okay. When you
During-
fire it off, immediate.
Yep.
Boom.
boom.
Kick it.
No spells.
Oh.
Galvanic Blast isn't lethal.
Well, players, that's the game here. VV Cutter taking it down 2-0. Beautiful, cool Aerith combo on the left side, but the Malevolent Rumble is just, we're not kind to Luke. I'm so sorry to hear, but best of luck for the rest of the day, rest of the tournament. And we see these players shuffling up on the back here. I'm seeing the words Jund. I'm seeing the word Espergorios.
Door fires.
Oh yeah, once the door closed, I got secrets to release. These players are about to go into game number 2. I think Matt, our Gorio's opponent, was the winner of game number 1. Raymond Perkins on the left side. You might remember him from a few weeks ago from Spicy Mardu.
Oh, I remember Spicy
Um,
Mardu.
Has returned with Jund Delirium. Nope, this is Jund Delirium.
It is John.
Yes. Starring Cory Steelcutter. Starring Commune with Beavers.
What is Commune with Beavers?
Nice. Great question.
So
Oh,
it's
a great card.
It's a great card.
It's
One
right
mana,
off next to
one mana green sorcery. Look at the top 3. You can take a land, an artifact, or a creature, I believe.
oh, okay. So
Awesome. Awesome green ponder.
it's Ponder, yeah.
Basically ponder, right?
Limited.
Goated limited.
they're always pondering or communing
Yeah.
with something. Dinosaurs,
Yes.
nature, beavers.
If I remember correctly from seeing some of Raymond's games over the past few weeks, we're talking Tarmogoyf. We're talking Nethergoyf. We're talking.
You see the new Goyf?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I was talking about it. Sideboard Juke for my graveyard decks. You play Layla in the Void. I play 6/6.
So does that is there going to be some sort of like 4-color Ketramos deck?
I don't know. I do think the idea of like playing it alongside your own Ghost Vacuum is cool.
Oh, sure.
Or Soul Guide Lantern, like some sort of way that you're self fueling, and then Ketramos kind of makes sense, right? You'll have kind of Abzan mana. You'll have like Godless Shrine sort of
There's sagas in this deck.
Saga, Questing Druid, Commune with Beavers, Fear Missing Out, Return to Nature. I think the pumpkin card in the middle there for Raymond Perkins.
That does look like Return to Nature, yeah.
And Matt on the right side, Esper Gorios, deck near and dear to my heart. If you want to play a little bit of Esper Control, if you miss playing Psychic Frog, and if you sometimes want to sneak in Atraxa or Grizzlebrand, Esper Gorios is the deck for you.
I want to sneak in a Sephiroth One-Wing Angel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
May I interest you in Jund Broodscale?
Well, no, Sephiroth. Sephiroth One-Winged Angel.
Well, Sephiroth One-Winged Angel is the backside of Sephiroth Fable.
But there's also
Soldier.
Sephiroth One-Winged Angel, which
That's
is
Atraxa.
Atraxa.
But that one has a different name.
Are you sure? I thought that one was Sephiroth One-Winged Angel. What's the Atraxa Sephiroth?
We got to get some vamping going. Players drawing up their 6s. Raymond with
You probably have to search for
fatal
Atraxa.
push in his deck just to try to take down Psychic Frog.
They don't show it. No, it's
So silly. Raymond, on top of everything else that I said in this beautiful Jund Delirium deck, well, Urza Saga as well. Matt searching up a shadowy backstreet. Is or isn't this Entomb? Very, very, very important to know. I'm seeing Raymond's hand. Also, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Like
This is a sweet deck.
it's sweet indeed.
Are we marking like life totals?
Oh, it
Expensive,
is,
right?
yeah. Oh, they haven't adjusted their own life.
Yeah, not
totals
yet, not quite.
Can we make sure we're just getting life totals, please?
Boom. Questing
Oh,
Druid
I'm sorry.
hits.
Sephiroth the Savior.
Can't believe this.
Yeah.
Questing Druid hits Wooded Foothills, Wooded Foothills.
Oh no. Well, I guess that's okay.
And they're not on top. Saga to 2 for Raymond.
You really want to hit one land, one spell with
Yeah.
Questing Druid.
And for Matt, in my experience with Gorios, a card that's very hard to beat is Urza Saga, right? This ability just for it to be 3 things all on its own that's hard to interact with. So we'll see just how much these constructs or Raymond's decisions, how far that will go against Gorios here.
Oh,
Well,
I know what card you're going to discard. I feel
down she goes.
there's also a Grizzlebrand to discard, but Atraxa.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I know it's a secret layer card in the back there.
It's the like cowboy one where they're all wanted posters.
That can't be right. I have the cowboy one. I know chest out Grizzlebrand. I thought it was the Creep Show secret layer, but I thought Grizzlebrand was not in that one.
Let's see.
It's the other horror movie version from Innistrad Remastered.
Oh, the Innistrad Remastered one, of course.
This
of
is
course.
not Yeehaw Grizzlebrand. This is spooky, scary Grizzlebrand.
This is a fun game to try to guess the
What
secret
secret
layer.
layer? We know you have Grizzlebrand, but everyone, march the otherworldly light. Target your Urza Saga.
Ooh.
Stone Rain, get it out of here. Glad you have this surveil land. No construct,
Oof.
no goods, no land.
Oof.
Oof. Oof. Oof. Oof. Oof is real. Oof resolves. Oof is true.
Ooh.
You getting hit in Minecraft over there?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Or Roblox.
Or I think it is Roblox, right?
Yeah.
Roblox is the Raymond Perkins card in hand that I think is going to be very important. Is going to be this Corey Steel Cutter.
Does not want the second one.
Huh. I think difficulty to double spell it so far.
Difficulty to double spell, yeah. I guess you can play your Corey Steel Cutter, then commune with
Yeah.
beavers.
Or this turn might be Fable to play double 2-drop next turn. Raymond, it's up to you. Because there's no commune with beavers in hand.
That card on the far right isn't commune with
Thought it was
beavers.
Return to
Oh no,
Nature.
it's Return to Nature. You're right.
Does Return to Nature have an exile card from the graveyard clause?
It must.
Is it naturalized plus graveyard removal?
I think it's naturalized plus graveyard removal.
Because it makes sense why it's here in this matchup if that is the case. Goif, hey, when did you get there?
Oh, he's been here the whole time.
Okay. Exile target card from my graveyard. Good choice on the Return to Nature, Raymond.
Bin that. Don't need that. Odawara. Getting towards the point where you'll just hard cast that Grizzlebrand.
Okay. No.
I mean, so Grizzlebrand costs 8, right?
8.
So there's 4 lands in play and 3 more in Matt's hand.
Okay.
So,
That Odawara's halvesies on
Halves-
spell duty.
but I'm saying like it's not. This is not the craziest game
Yeah.
to try to hard cast a Grizzlebrand. That's all I'm saying.
Last time that I played against Matt, I have Grizzlebrand in play
Mm-hmm.
and like 6 counter spells in hand. And I'm about to attack for lethal. And Matt Odawaras it to my hand and then untaps and kills me. And it's just like I had everything solved except for one. Speaking of except for one, how about 2 out of Raymond here? Corey Steelcutter into Tarmogoyf.
we got Yu-Gi-Oh cards as monks.
Oh yeah, Raymond.
Please.
And Raymond has actual Yu-Gi-Oh monks. I think it's called like the old monk. You know, like classic Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Here he comes. Here we go.
Here comes the old monk.
Boom. That's
Oof.
not it.
That does kind of look like a monk though. It's like some sort of karate guy.
Bonk. Again,
Bonk.
I think these cards in play might be a little difficult for Matt. The Spell Bomb is target player's graveyard, right? So Matt's graveyard will
Target
always
player,
be fuel
yep.
for the Goyf.
Exactly.
This is always the question, right? Because Goryo's is also its own graveyard hate. Any graveyard hate that it has can't mess with Matt's graveyard, so it
Nope.
has to be one-sided.
Matt left frog on top.
That's just going to get pushed.
Yeah, I think this frog is not long for this world.
It's so pushable.
It's very pushable.
You just push it. And Matt's graveyard is at minimum right now instant and land, so the fuel for Goyf will at least remain at 2. But if Matt's going to play this frog and try to discard Grizzlebrand, we could see the Goyf count going up, up, up. Frog.
Yeah, so
I'm always interested when players don't use their basic to cast their spells. Like, why?
yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know. I feel like you usually want to be using your basics, but there's something to be said for aesthetics.
Oh, nice.
You know, I think
These
that
2
that's
are on the
not
right.
nothing.
I'm tapping them.
Yeah. These 2 are on the right.
Raymond's hand, FOMO, push, Questing Druid, land. Fuel ready to go. And Matt stuck with land, Grizzlebrand.
I almost kind of like cast your Questing Druid, play Fatal Push, and your other
The
Seek
FOMO
the
or
Beast.
the other Seek the Beast.
other Seek the Beast.
Now, when Seek the Beast is on the stack, it's a red spell, triggering your Druid, right?
Correct.
The adventure itself is red.
It's a red spell.
Hmm?
Or we attack first.
Combat first.
So
Pop this.
Goyf.
It goes to the yard. That's 3 types still. Right? Does the Spellbomb exile itself or no?
I don't think so. Isn't it sacrifice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you-
it's still 3.
It's still 3. So Frog is going to block the Core Steel Cutter.
Discard Big G.
Discard Big G. Get Fatal Push.
The Grizzlebrand. And best part, Corey Steele has trample. So even though you blocked it, you're still going to take it all.
That's true.
That is how it works, folks. When we get to damage and there's no blocker there because it has been killed.
Oh, just lets it die?
Instant artifact land. Yep. Count as 3. Count as 3. Nope. No. Does Spellbomb exile itself? Hugely important. No.
Yeah, when it's put into a graveyard.
Yeah, it's in the graveyard.
Why is it exiled?
Frog Munch? No.
No.
Frog Munch would have been smart though to
You
negate all
can-
the Goyf damage.
You can eat all the Goyf damage, but the Spellbomb definitely is not exiled for any reason that I can see. Because it's you sacrifice it, goes to the graveyard, you pay the black mana, you draw a card, right?
Yep.
That all happened.
Yep.
So
Yeah, can we notify him that I don't know why we keep debating this, but this bomb is in the graveyard. Much appreciated. Thank you, Haviva. We're gonna get these folks straightened out and figured out.
Can you put the spellbomb in the graveyard, please?
Which means one more damage from the Goyf. Boom. Thank you, players. They realized it. They know it. They understand it. Figured it out.
is this dancing spellbomb goes back and forth.
It's hard to know because they're
There's like
Like-
a million effects.
like
It's
relic exiles because it goes with, and sometimes the other ones. Like it all depends on a variety of game actions, but this is all correct now.
right. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna seek the beast.
Seek the Beast again. Who needs that questing druid in play? Corey?
Corey Steelcutter
Bomb.
spellbomb. Okay,
Maybe
pretty good.
maybe you know this card. Maybe you've seen this one.
And then make a construct.
Make a boy. Okay. So it must be end step.
different Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Well, that's the construct. So
Oh, okay. Construct Yu-Gi-Oh card.
yeah. That's from Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Professor Crowler decks all about these mechanical constructs.
Oh, of course.
Obvi.
So what are we doing with this? Make another guy? I think you make another guy.
Raymond, you got boots?
He doesn't have boots.
This doesn't read like someone who's got boots.
Bobble.
Spell bomb.
Just overloading on spell bombs. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's fine, right? So you can play.
Well, because Gloria is instant, so actually having two of these is huge. Because
Right.
you can pop, and then if they go for it, you just pop the other one,
So you can play a Corey Steelcutter,
and then
right?
and then play a bomb.
And then play a bomb.
Huge turn incoming.
So first step is we're gonna play
Nope. Yep.
Yep,
Gotta
Corey
start with the cutter.
Steelcutter first.
Big turn. So Matt seems to be holding up, hard casting the Solitude. The question is this going to be enough from the onslaught of monks?
It's gonna be a lot of monks. Then play both of them. It looks like, or play one. One is exiled and one is in play. It looks like.
Okay, those are definitely the monks because it's the same art now.
Yep.
Back of the sleeve, that's a monk. It's called Monk something, the Yu-Gi-Oh card. If we got any Yu-Gi-Oh heads in the chat, let me know what the name of the monk is here. And I believe the construct is like Iron Stone Golem or something like that.
It
Great stone
looks like
golem.
it's some sort of golem.
Yeah.
So Hardcast Solitude, get the Tarmogoyf.
Mmm.
I mean, the best one to get, right?
Yeah, Goyf's great choice.
And then you can't even block favorably here. Monk Fighter.
It's just called Monk Fighter. Incredible. Old Yu-Gi-Oh rules.
So you're taking 8, and you're gaining 3.
Oh, you could,
So you're
could
going-
probably
going
block the monk that does not have a cutter on it.
No, because it is a prowess trigger.
Mm.
'Cause you
Two
got-
of them. Yep.
Yeah.
So trade to the Solitude for the 3/3.
So he'll end up at 8 when all is said and done. I do think one of these. Oh no, they're both in play because one came in off of the what do you call it?
Yep.
Saga. So they both of those are in play. Not gonna do it.
What did you see from Matt Draw?
Emperor Bones.
The Bony Boy?
Yeah,
Bony Boy can Solitude sneak.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because of Spellbomb.
Oh, yep. Those all look to be gone, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it at least could have been a 4/4.
It could have been a 4/4. That's true. But I think
Here come the monks.
it's just like here comes 8 damage. Any which way you do it.
And Matt took down game number 1, so it looks like we might have a game 3 situation on our hand if Raymond with this
Yep.
Nether Goyf starts to put it away.
So I think there's like lethal a million different ways this turn, right? So play a bobble, make a bunch of guys.
Yeah, the monks
Crowd
that are here, those are
triggers.
3/3s. The new monks, those ones are 2/2s.
Yep.
That's 3, 6,
Rawr.
7, 8, 9, 10. You look to be at 8, and the construct just continues to grow.
Yeah.
Construct's a 4/4, 5/5.
Yeah, so coming in for 11 currently. So
Whoa. Nah, more than 11. Because each of these monks up top are 6.
no,
7, 8, 9, 10,
the
15.
the monk on the top only has 1 prowess trigger because it was
Oh, because
Nethergoyf.
Goyf was one of
Yeah.
them.
So the monks up top are 2. So all the monks are 4. So it's 8
Yup.
8 damage from monks plus 5.
Yeah, big 13. Oh,
But
yeah.
so you can Otawara the 5/5 and take 8 and be dead.
Looks like we made
Yep.
it.
So you're still dead. And even in a world with not we had Tarfire, so that's another 4 damage from the monk plus 2 from the Tarfire.
Ooh.
So very dead.
Game 3 situation.
Very very dead.
We might get to commune with some beavers still.
That's true. We may get to commune with beavers.
Sad news. I think when I saw Raymond sideboarding, I think all the commune with beavers came out. But boy, do I love commune with beavers. Commune with beavers, the art rules. It's from this guy that talks to beavers. So I don't know a lot about Final Fantasy, but I do know this character who does not have a card can speak to animals.
Guy speak beaver.
Guys speak beaver.
Yeah, guy speak beaver.
Look at top 3. Take an artifact, creature, land. What more do you need? I believe in Raymond's deck, that's everything.
That's everything.
That's everything.
No,
Tarfire.
Tarfire. Fatal push.
Fatal push. Commune beavers.
Can't get it.
You can't beaver for beaver. That's the part that they don't teach you in school. Is you can't beaver for beaver.
No comment.
Only opening hands. Here we go. We're taking a look at Raymond's. I believe has 1 land, fatal push, and a prayer, but draw 2nd off the top immediately.
I think it's 1 land fatal push with a bobble because I think it's like
Michael Bublé.
because now you get an untapped land, play another Goyf, play a bobble.
Matt's hand has Gorios, Sephiroth, the Savior, Emperor of Bones, Consigned Memory, and 2 lands. So
There's no Sephiroth the Savior.
oh, is it Battle at the Big
That's
Bridge?
Battle at the Big Bridge.
Sorry, it's Battle at the Big Bridge.
Fatal push.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
That's
feel
Battle
like
at the Big Bridge.
the longer Magic enters into its
The Fortnite-iverse, yep.
Fortnite-iverse, commentary will continue to get harder and harder, but it will create
It's more fun.
fascinating sub game.
Yes, I'm not cranky. This is fun.
No,
to
no,
me.
no,
Yeah, I want to identify it.
I love it. Like the bus meme where it's like one guy looking out the window, one guy looking at the
Yes.
cliff. The statement is Magic is becoming like Fortnite, and some people think that that's really bad.
Right,
But
but
I'm one
we're
looking at
looking
the
at the
front, being
Suns.
like, yeah, right, Fortnite. Woo! I can sign the Hedgehog cards next week.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Wait. Yes.
You get the Chaos Emeralds too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're the lotus petals.
you mean the Chaos Emeralds?
For
Yeah.
Chaos
Obama chuckled. You
chaos
familiar with that?
control.
There's a particularly good fan fiction about the Chaos Emeralds and former U.S. President Barack Obama.
And you can learn about that on your own time as Raymond Perkins Goyf, 1 power, but that's all it needs. 2 power now
Yeah,
to start fighting.
Big Goyf.
Big Goyf do fight.
I think it's about to get fatal pushed.
Sorry, what's gonna happen?
Oh, sorry, it's gonna have a battle at the Big
It's
Bridge.
gonna have a battle at the Big Bridge. Consigned memory. The
Oh,
spell bomb.
I like it. Yeah. So the other again, Consigned Memory has another bit of text, which is
counter target color spell.
counter target color spell.
Huge. And I wonder, Raymond's triggers were FOMO, and then these colorless spells. So that consign got its net worth right there.
Yeah, I think the consign probably is just I guess you can consign the triggers on the saga. Stop it from being able to make constructs.
Yeah, huge importance there as well.
So not even gonna fatal push it. Gonna hope to just high roll.
Yeah, just eat it.
Yeah. So show you that.
Are there 2 battles at the Big Bridge? Or Wrath of the Skies?
Wrath of the Sky's the other one. Yeah.
Alongside that battle at the Big Bridge. And Gorios, and Emperor Bones. Land of Rain.
Assassin's Trophy.
Love
Now that is a
Assassin's
great
Trophy.
love an answer to anything.
Anything. Cyborg card, it answers anything.
And Matt can't have that many basics
Oh.
in his deck, right? Or is it basic or is it basic line type for Assassin's Trophy?
Basically.
Basic land type. Basic. I think it's Besage text. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. Here's a Goyf for Raymond Perkins.
Basic land card.
Oh, it is
Okay.
straight basic. That's good. That's huge.
How about that?
Always good in Modern. Of all the arts, it pulls this one.
It always goes to the newest one.
Yeah.
So Emperor Bones.
Give me the promo with the oof Sphinx on it. Oh yeah, there's the big Sphinx trophy. And it's literally doing the ooh.
Oh yeah.
As here's the Emperor Bones munching on a Goyf, but the original, one of the original Goyfs in Tarmo Goyf here.
Yes, not the original.
Dominated
The
by
original was Lurgoyf.
Lurgoyf, yeah.
Yeah.
I caught myself. Don't worry, internet.
There's also all the other Goyfs, like Terravor was a Lurgoyf, right?
Mortivore,
Mortivore,
Magmavore.
Magmavore,
Yeah, Cosmogoyf.
Cosmogoyf.
That card rules.
There's probably a Goyf for every color in that cycle, right? So
Yes. Mishra's research desk hit the chat.
you draw and discard when you sacrifice it,
It's
or you
a double impulse. We only get one of them, and it
and
has unearth.
it has unearth, of course.
It used to
third
be
Gorios.
used to be in the breach decks, but people would accidentally exile their Oracle and have no way to get it back. So they
Whoops.
stopped putting it in the breach decks, and then
Very
breach
funny.
got banned.
And then Breach got banned.
And breach got banned. There's the desk. You can pay one, sack it. You exile the top two. Choose one. You may cast that one, or so you may play that card.
Assassin's Trophy, your
Big oof on the Emperor.
Emperor. Yep. So Emperor down.
Oh, nope,
Nope.
those Goyfs aren't yours.
Those Goyfs go over there. You get a basic land.
Here comes the Goyfinator.
Probably gonna get. What are you gonna get? Island.
Yes. Unlock the Force of Negations if Matt still has them in the deck.
Doesn't look like it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Plains.
Need triple white for something?
Solitude Ephemerate.
Oh, okay.
Wrath of the Skies.
Oh, yeah.
Just sing out loud. Like Wrath plus March. I can see the need for a white.
No, I
I think when I played Gorios, I basically favored my white sources always because you just kept using white mana.
that makes sense. Not a Goryo's gamer, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
Raymond willing just to lean back on this Tarmogoyf.
I mean, Tarmogoyf does what it does, right?
Yeah. I think Matt's going to have to cash in this Wrath of the Skies for 2 here.
You do get two. You get 2 permanents out of it.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
We take those.
Or is just gonna take another hit from the Tarmogoyf and see if we can get a hard cast.
How big can Raymond make this? Can we get up to 8? Can we do it? Can you return to nature your own saga?
Does have the Kindred, right? So
Starfire?
Starfire, yeah. I don't think he has 8 this turn,
Sad.
right?
Because it'd just be cool.
It would be very cool.
I miss Tarmogoyf. And look, here he is.
Here he is.
Pitch cast the Solitude.
Pitch cast the Solitude.
Say
Yep.
goodbye to Atraxa. Say goodbye to the Goyf.
So now we just get play a FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO.
Only have 1 red source. So only can play 1 FOMO. So it's FOMO plus
Cowboy.
Tarmogoyf.
Hey, you remember this guy? Oh, look, there's Force of Matt's hand.
Brah.
And
Goodbye,
here's,
Tarmogoyf.
here's Wrath of the Skies.
X equals 2. Oh, it destroys the.
Sure does.
Ooh, nice. I wasn't sure if Wrath of the Skies had a non-land clause.
No, it calls out specifically creatures, artifacts, and enchantments.
Mm.
So instead of doing the non-land thing, it does the old school thing of calling out specific types.
Matt is like a discard spell
outlet from
away
just
from
destroying.
completely running away with this game.
Another attracts in hand. So even though one was pitched away, one's here and ready.
So many Gorios.
Now he doesn't have to know that Raymond has a grip full of Return to Natures.
That part's awkward.
Now Matt does have the Force, and Gorios is an instant. So
Doesn't have any blue cards.
Those
Those Gorios.
well, the Atraxa.
But you're trying to. What? That's true. That you're right. You're right.
No problem. I think Matt would really want a frog.
Frog would be good. Yeah.
If I was Matt, I would want some frog.
So here comes
Darcy.
Yep.
Dragon's Rage Channeler. If you're normal.
I'm not.
We're nasty. That's why it's Darcy. Prophetic powers of the booth.
So, but
Gone,
unfortunately,
Quick with it.
back to nature. No.
Matt. Oh no, I don't get to do it. You got me.
Yep. But I mean, can just draw another one, right?
Nope. Dead on board.
Not dead on board,
Big Goif.
but you have a blocker.
DRC in the air.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
She's big. She flies.
She flies. Yeah, you're right.
Raymond Perkin with Jund Delirium. Just
Very
a real
cool.
Jund deck. We saw Goif attack for lethal. This is what I'm talking about, folks. If you like Jund, this is Jund. It's
Jund.
Junding, right?
It's Jund.
Assassin's Trophy, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Tarmogoyf, Nectar Goyf,
Fatal Push.
Fatal Push, Battle at the Big Bridge, if you will. Like, if you like Jund, that deck is Jund.
It's Jund.
Jund, right? Like capital J, Jund.
Capital J. I love to say. I feel like the Saga Jund is like lowercase J Jund.
Yeah, this is
like
capital.
Jund.
This has a saga, but this is not
Not a Saga. It's not.
Jund Sagavan. This is
Yeah,
the
no.
Jund. We got the Delirium part in there. We got Commune with Beavers in there. That deck's cool. That deck's doing its thing.
Oh, someone asked what the green card was. That was Return to Nature.
Oh, yeah.
It's a modal spell from Eldraine that is disenchant, so destroy an artifact or an enchantment,
Mhm.
and a secret third mode, which is exile a card from a graveyard. Yep. Very
Super,
cool.
super sick. Super cool. Finding the sideboard cards that do the most work, right? We
Right.
saw Assassin's Trophy and Return to Nature and the Black Spell Bomb, right? So it's like, if you're putting together a sideboard, especially when you're playing a locals, like, it's so different playing here at Nerd Rage than maybe to be on the Nerd Rage series and to play against, like, known meta players, right? When you're in your rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, top 8s, whatever, you're most likely going to play against decks you do know. Maybe you can plan a little better for them. You're playing a locals, give me that catch-all, right? Give me that
yeah.
Assassin's Trophy. Give me that Return to Nature, because I don't know what the problem is, but I do know that I have an answer.
Absolutely.
They were the last match.
Oh, they're the last
Oh,
match.
that was our
Okay,
last
so this
match.
is going to be a
Whoa,
really quick one.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
So we'll be back in a flash.
Stay seated, grab water, grab a sandwich, whatever it is. Don't go anywhere. We will be back ASAP. Bye.
Bye.
what's up? It's round number 3. We told you it'd be quick.
It was quick.
Not only was it quick, the transition was quick. We got the goods, we got some drinks, we got energy. It's all in our system. And we got our local king of aggro, king of aggression out here. Regional championship champion Adam Weiss in the house on the left side, rocking the aggressive deck of choice here in the modern format. Prowess. And the right side, Chris Adams. If you've been watching the stream, you've seen him a couple of times on Domain Zoo. This would be a great matchup because Adam's trying to make a bunch of little guys and Domain's trying to make a few big ones.
Real big ones. I was gonna say, so Prowess maybe is the premier deck of the aggro deck of the format, but Domain Zoo is certainly, a popular one too.
Yes.
And it's kind of one of those ones that rides the wave. Like sometimes Domain Zoo is like really popular, sometimes
Yeah.
it seems to be really well positioned,
And
sometimes it's not.
It's on
But
its upswing.
The 75 doesn't change like at all.
No.
The format like changes around it, which I think is super
Yes.
cool.
The things that I have been seeing is some people play Tribal Flames, some people play a lower curve. That's the definitions I've seen of Domain Zoo lately. So we'll have to see if Chris Adam has Saz Chocobo or if they got Tribal Flames or somewhere
Ooh,
between.
Saz's Chocobo. That's a very cool adaptation.
Yeah, get Wild Nakatl out of here. What if we get things that get way bigger than that? As Adam Weiss
I
freshly
think
into DRC,
I'm pretty sure. So I see a green card that I think has a Universes Beyond frame.
a little Chocobo for
So
Chris.
I think it could be Saz's Chocobo.
A little Chocobo for Chris.
So that means you want to use your fetch lands even if you have Guild Pact out.
Which is good because then Chris can't even make any mistakes. If Adam happens to have a Harbinger or happens to have a Blood Moon or whatever, can't
I
oopsie
would
poopsie
be
himself.
pretty surprised if he had a Harbinger.
Yeah.
So Bobble, get rid of the Bobble.
A little bobble, a little surveil for me, a little peek there at use. Drew a Scion, so Adam knows things are about to get bad soon.
Yep, here comes Saz's Chocobo.
A Chocobo. A Chocobo.
Kopu? That's
And
what the Mogs say.
They
That's
say
not
what?
Moggles say Kopu.
Oh, the Moogles?
Yeah. The Chocobos don't say that.
No, they
They say
say
Wark.
Choco. As here's a preordain and a DRC trigger. Adam looking to achieve Delirium while also sculpting a hand. That's
Energy players love their SpongeBob lands.
Okay.
Let it be said.
So we got some memesters in the house. We love a jokester around these parts, and probably the best basics to do a little joke ski poo for a while was the Fortnite ones.
The Fortnite ones.
The joke has evolved.
The joke has evolved.
SpongeBob's here because
So none of the players with these Fortnite lands sold them to the NRG store though. They kept them in their personal collections, and I know
because
because I have them on my wish list.
they're on your wish list at
Yeah.
nerdgaming.com where you
Yes.
can search any card that you want, add to your wish list, and know the second it's posted to NRG,
Yeah.
as the Chocobo gets hit with a bolt.
Yep.
And that's Delirium. Here comes
That's definitely Delirium. There's a million cards in that.
oh, no,
graveyard.
that's exact Delirium. We needed that instant.
Oh, we did. Okay.
A lot of lands and baubles.
So this Darcy is about to meet a 4/4 pile of special abilities.
Yeah. Now, the red ability specifically is First Strike,
First Strike,
which is huge.
Lifelink, Hexproof,
Yes.
Trample, and
Because
another one.
Adam can trade. He's got a Violent Urge in hand. Violent Urge plus DRC is for first striking damage. But I think Adam's going to put all his eggs in the basket to try to trade, and they get met with the second Scion in Chris's
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, I guess they Adam has mutagenic growth, so
Yep.
it just beats it in combat.
Yeah, it is 5/5.
It is 5/5.
But does not have first strike.
But
But doesn't matter.
but
Wait, because the black ability is Death Touch, right?
is it? I don't think it's Death Touch. I think it's Lifelink.
That's,
Oh, sorry,
that's
white.
the white ability.
No, white is Vigilance.
So no Death Touch.
Yeah, Lightning.
Army of-
Oh
The Army
baby.
of One?
Oh baby.
Oh, and we didn't even notice last turn because it happened so quick. The Arena of Glory was used on the Scion. It got a little vigilance
yeah.
poke in.
Yep.
Another vigilance poke in. Next turn with the Arena Lightning Army of One.
Unfortunately, the Scions having first strike is a liability with Lightning because you
Because they
want
all hit at the same
yeah, because they all
time.
hit at the same time. You really want
Womp
to
womp.
have Lightning hit first and then have the Scions hit.
Okay, I'm gonna say the dirty word. So everyone, close your ears. In Commander, Lightning is really cool because Lightning just says if a source deals damage. So if you hit with Lightning and other people deal damage to them, it's still doubled.
In
It's
Commander?
the coolest. Yes, in Commander.
In Commander, this Commander deck that's literally in front of me right
There's
now.
a lightning deck in front of us.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm holding my Lightning Commander deck in
Yeah,
my hands.
It's even got a.
Wait, is this?
Yeah, here's
I
lightning.
do.
Lightning's
It's
right
like
here.
right here.
And here's a slick shot show off, and it's getting violent. It has an urge.
It has an urge.
It has an urge to purge Scion from this Irv.
So you need to bin this because you need to hit. You need to play your other free spell and hit Lava Dart. That's probably
Dude,
still not even
Lava
enough.
Dart is the card that always is just rude. I think Adam is willing to kind of take the trade here, and then that EI is a huge refuel.
Adam is dead. No.
Nope,
Adam
'cause
is-
that Scion is dead.
That Scion dies.
But here comes Lightning, the army of one.
Army of one. Yeah.
Lightning army of one. Lightning army of one. Lightning army of two.
The different game.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
Lightning
no.
Oops.
Or
Arena out the third.
Arena at the
Scion.
third Scion.
It just took gaining like 12 to 16 life out of Chris to keep up with the prowess deck there, but hey,
So how
it's
many?
sick.
Yeah. So it was 4.
Bump, bump, bump.
It was
bump.
12. It was
Yeah.
12 life with the Scions because it was attack with 1,
Attack, block.
attack, block.
Yeah,
So 12.
Okay. I love Wear Tear. Adam,
Yeah,
when
so
I saw Cyber Wear Tear is here because the joys of being able to just hit two things, whatever they may be, I love hitting two things.
Yeah, looks like Lava Dart is coming out.
Interesting, right? Because you're
Or we're trimming on a bunch of stuff.
love the trim, right? One of these, one of this. That monster Swift Spear, no way those are getting you for damage, right? There's gonna be so many things in their way. But I am not regional championship Dallas champion Adam Weiss.
That's true.
So don't
Carrying his prowess deck in a Pro Tour bag.
is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Dang. The bag. The bag
Yeah,
really
you
goes.
get the messenger bag if
Yeah.
you're on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends in that PT and they all use the bag. You gotta use the bag.
I mean, it's a good bag.
We heard it's a good bag.
I hear it's a good bag.
You gotta get the bag and then use the bag. you
That's
know?
true. So when you qualify for the Pro Tour, you actually literally get the bag.
Yeah, you literally get the bag.
And the bag is a
Is
you
a
know,
bag. The bag is a
It's
bag.
a messenger bag.
And it also comes with like some sleeves and stuff. And
Do you get sleeves? I don't
yeah,
think you get sleeves.
they always get the they've gotten like Yargle sleeves and Atraxa sleeves.
Oh, those are just
'Cause
the
they use-
MagicCon sleeves. All the attendees get those.
Oh, okay. But they're always using them in the limited portion. People always have like
Oh,
the
okay,
exact
okay.
same sleeve in the limited portion.
That makes sense. I mean, they have a lot of those sleeves around.
They got a lot of those sleeves.
Yeah.
What does May know about MagicCon?
Nothing. Nothing.
Huh?
I don't know nothing about the operations of MagicCon.
Anyways, if we ever have an off week and it's not for an energy, it's because May is working at MagicCon.
Yes,
So
that or Gen Con.
yeah, peek
One-
behind the curtains.
One of those, yeah.
Oh, Gen Con reminds me. Did you hear at the NRG, the last one, there was PopCon, there was a convention next
Oh,
door?
I heard that. Yeah.
People got a lot of cool stuff at PopCon. I have a massive, and I mean massive, Bulbasaur rug
Uh-huh.
that someone grabbed at a booth for me. I saw people bought power swords from Halo at the con.
Man,
I saw Baby Yoda rugs. I saw Jigglypuff rugs. I saw Nido King, Nido Queen, Gengar plushes. I saw people buy some figures. People love it to figures.
so that weekend I was in Maine, also at a con.
Yes,
Yeah, that was because that was
that's what confused me. I was like, I knew you were at a con, but
Yeah.
not the one that we were next to.
yeah. So I was at PortCon.
Yeah, not
not
Pop,
not
but Port.
PopCon.
As our players are taking some mulligans here for Chris.
Also in New England is Pop Cult Con,
Oh my goodness.
Pop Cult Anime Con,
Which is different.
which is different from PopCon.
PopCon.
Yeah.
Also, while I was at PopCon, we went to grab food, and I turned around, and there's just wrestling. There is just one of the conference rooms just has a giant wrestling ring, and there's people wrestling. And this big man looks at me, and he goes, "It's free. You can go in." I go, "Yes, sir." And
Yes, sir.
I walk in there with my food that I'm eating between rounds. I'm having a great time. And then after day 2, when I won 3 to the main event, I went and watched another, I think, hour and a half of wrestling at PopCon.
I think Chris is currently going to 4.
Not great. The joys of being up a game.
Yeah.
You're feeling it.
You're like, I mean,
Give me
if you're
give me
4,
Leyline Scion Land, please.
I was about to say, like, if your 4 is Leyline Scion Land, you're like, well,
All right, well. Or I'll take Land Arena Flage.
No, because you don't have this. You don't have the
Oh, I don't have the fuel for
the fuel for
Flage.
Flage because you're just dead.
Okay, fine. You're correct. You will
So-
definitely die. You'll just get like.
Okay, so
slick
we're
shot. Oh, just
only on 5. No worries. I imagine so. If you're an attendee at PopCon and you don't know about energy and you're just like wandering around, you're like, wow, the magic room is really good at PopCon.
The thing is,
Dang,
it
there's
was
a lot
just
going on here.
it was just far enough away that people would wander in, but it clearly wasn't a part of the con. Like,
Oh, okay.
but people definitely would like come by looking at things.
Okay, now Chris is going to 4.
No, you did this to Chris.
I did it to Chris. That's so the last energy indie that I went to was last
was it when
year.
it was the food
It was
and
the
snack
they
festival?
were setting up the food and snack festival.
Yeah, they were setting up. There was not
Yeah.
happening, but it was about to happen.
There were a bunch of like union guys like Fern
Yeah, it was about to start.
was setting up like a big like M&M Parkway. and
Yes,
that was
and they were announcing like a new flavor of Starburst or something, but we weren't allowed because it hadn't started yet.
right. They're like, nope, sorry, we got the Starburst NDA.
The other thing that I like about the Indianapolis venue is it's right next to a minor league baseball field,
Ooh,
but
I love minor league
but
baseball.
no, yeah, but
Cubs
nobody wanted to go to baseball with me, so it was so sad.
Cubs are playing the Boston Red Sox next week
Oh my goodness!
at Wrigley.
I went to a Schaumburg Boomers game.
Love the Boomers. Shout out
Schaumburg Boomers.
Shout out to the Schaumburg Boomers.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What kind of merch do the Schaumburg Boomers have?
Anyways, our players are off to the races. Chris has a 4 that is at least functional. Adam Weiss with no play so far on turn number 1, and Chris no ley line. That is very
Their
funny.
mascot is an owl.
Oh, yeah, it's an angry owl.
Yo.
Played, the Kentucky Yalls.
Oh, okay. We're in.
All right, I gotta see. I gotta find out if the Schaumburg Boomers ever play the Portland Sea Dogs.
Of course.
Well,
Well, it depends on what division they're.
Yeah, I don't know if they're AAA or AA.
Yeah, or single. Be so sad. Womp womp.
I guess we'll find out. They're no A. Nice.
Boomers are no A.
They're like a travel semi-pro team.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Are they like the Savannah Bananas?
No, not as cool.
I want to go to Savannah Banana games so bad.
All right. Anyway, the game is afoot here.
Yeah. And a person in chat is correct. I don't know how Chris lost a life yet, but Chris is at 20.
Yeah. Why did he lose 1 life? Should definitely be at 20.
Oh, do you see that he surveilled over the ley
He
line?
surveilled over the ley line. Yeah.
Womp womp.
I think 1 life
Yeah.
could be
Adam is at 19. Adam's at
17. Yeah.
But Chris is at 20 still.
He definitely should be at 20. Yeah.
And that slick shot is a slick
Unless
blocked.
there's no fetch land underneath that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. We're just making sure. Thank you all so much.
I mean, usually when you have a tap surveil land into
Yeah.
play, it is as a result of a fetch land.
Yes.
But
And every point matters when you're playing against Adam. So
because next turn is going to be a
Huge.
lot of damage, I fear.
absolutely huge.
Because you've got play Corey Steelcutter,
Trigger slick shot. Oh
No,
no,
no, no.
then slick.
then play Slick Shot, get a monk, then play Preordain.
We-
Bash.
We gotta get a bobble. How about this bolt or the violent urge instead?
There's no Violent Urge.
I'm talking big damage. I want to hit
Oh, you want to hit? Yeah. Okay.
because. Yeah. If Adam's got a bobble, then I'm interested in going bobble urge at the end of that chain. And if not, maybe just use the bolt, try to get as much damage as possible.
4/4 Kavu.
Another Preordain?
Another Preordain. I still think Preordain's a good.
Wait, Adam doesn't have the land for the.
Yeah, he does. He's got an extra. There's a mountain in his hand.
Is this SpongeBob one?
Yeah.
No, that's the bolt
Oh, it is Violent Urge. Sorry.
and the urge. So it needed this land, found this land, but slick shot. Okay, so this is just gonna be slick shot go big.
Yeah, I think it's.
It's gonna
There's
be
SpongeBob
it's
land.
gonna be Preordain. No bobble to be found here, and then violent urge on this slick shot, which is going to be 6, 7, 8, 16.
No, because he won't have delirium.
This sucks, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have delirium next turn.
Because there's no bobble found. If we had found
Yeah,
a
no-
bobble,
Yep.
because then we could have cast cast the bolt and then have the unlocked delirium for the turn after that. Oh, but the land doesn't help either, but the surveil might.
Surveil might. I mean, you can also just fire off this consign to memory on
This trigger.
this trigger. We're gonna let it happen. That's fine.
Oh, to get the instant. Yeah.
Just to get an instant in the graveyard.
But I
But
think
you
it-
could also just like end step bolt.
Yeah, I think this is held in case the card for Chris return is Scion.
Right.
Yeah, I bet this is Mountain Bolt untap. Go wild.
Go wild.
Nah, Sacred
Tapped?
Foundry. That's the Sacred Foundry that Adam bought for Boros Burn, which if you've been around long enough, used to be the only thing this man did, and it was glorious.
He played a lot of bird.
Like
yeah.
a lot. It was awesome. Like to the extent that like everyone had sideboard cards just in case you got paired an Adam.
Yep.
Which I think is the mark of a true champion.
Oh, for sure.
That people are bringing cards just in case they maybe play against you, just in case you're in the room.
In case you're in the room.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Untap. Adam needs to unlock 12 points. There it is. There's the Michael Bublé.
Yep, that looks like lethal.
If he wants to, he can sign his own bauble to get delirium.
Well, you can also just cast a lightning bolt.
Okay. Guess you could do that.
Right?
Weird, but okay.
So
Top
Light-
card. Little,
lightning bolt target you.
Little informacion off the top there.
Yep. Lightning bolt target your face.
Boltsky?
You go to 9.
How's 9 sound?
Yep.
9 sound good? 2 slick shot triggers.
Attack.
Is that delirium? Sure is. Boof. This is going to go to 7 power, 8 power, 16.
Bonk.
Go to -7.
Yep.
Path Exile? No Path Exile.
No path exile.
I've seen Path out of the domain deck because they just like need a catch-all removal because their creatures are so big. So
Well, they sometimes also have leyline binding, right?
sometimes Leyland Binding. Yes.
Or you could have had that counterspell. Stubborn denial.
Yeah. Stubborn
Oh.
Denial or Spectral Denial.
Spectral denial. not
It's
familiar.
the one from Dragonstorm that it's syncopate, but it costs 1 less for each 4-power creature you control.
Okay.
And it might have Harmonize.
I
No way. If
I
it counterspelled
don't think
Harmonize,
so.
we would. But it has the cost 1 less for 4-power
Yeah.
creature clause.
yeah, I don't know. I would say most of the cards from Tarkir.
I just know that I really just want to play big cool dragons.
Like Tarkir and Aether Drift is they
Aether
exist.
Drift's a blur.
They exist as sets, but if you said like, hey, can you name like 10 cards from Tarkir? I'd be like, well, Corey Steelcutter. I'd be like, yeah.
You can put stock up on the screen.
No.
Oh,
You can
stock
put
up.
Ketramos on the screen.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
put a Merfolk on the
So
screen.
inspiring. Okay, so Aether Drift, inspiring Merfolk.
Stock up.
Stock up. The Last
Ketramos.
Ride. Ketramost.
How many are you trying to name?
10. Hazaret, the God.
And then Verge. You did it.
Well, I have to name the Verge. Rakshas's Bargain.
That's
Okay.
from Dragonstorm. I can't believe you would do this to us.
Oh, that's right.
That's bait.
Were we doing Aether Drift?
That was bait.
I was, but.
Shout out
uh,
Raiders. Welcome to Can You Name 10 Cards from Aether Drift?
yeah.
Please chime off. We're trying our best.
Yeah. Name 10 cards from Aether
Chandra
Drift.
Spark Hunter.
Oh, Chandra Spark Hunter. Sure.
Willow Rush Verge. Wastewood Verge. Sun Billow Verge.
River Pyre Bird.
River Fire Verge. Monument to Endurance. We did it.
We did it.
We got
That's 10. That's
That's 10.
Gas Guzzler.
Yeah, Guzzler. The Guzzler?
The Guzzler. Yeah.
Yeah. Stock up.
Stock up
stock
twice.
up.
Yeah.
That's 10 cards. Yeah, you stock up. That's 5. That's 5. You're right.
So anyway.
So, anyways, we're gonna start blasting.
Yeah.
So game one,
Both
went to-
games on 6. Or both players
Yes.
on 6.
which means Chris doesn't have to try to contend of the being on 4 against prowess on the play.
Right.
Chris, our domain player, is going to be on the play. Both players here going to 6. The Verges are, in fact, easy money. Hole Drifter.
We forgot a big one. Oh, the Aether Spark?
Yeah, you're only doing that because Disgruntled Elk stopped by, so you got to make sure to put the artifact equipment up on the screen here.
Was he the Raider?
That's the Raiders, baby.
Oh.
They're coming from the big bonk stream, so
Yeah.
welcome here.
We'll see if we can find some Spell Pierce reprint. That's true. That was
That's huge.
reprinted in
Huge for standard. Made me
Bloodgast.
Bloodgast. Huge reprint. And more.
And more. And featuring other cards.
Other cards.
Legal and standard.
Hull Drifter, I'll forever love the Mole Drifter with set mechanic. That's
Oh,
been pretty
yeah.
fun happening.
I like the cancel with set mechanic they spoiled today for
Yo, so cool. That cares about if cards are warped
Are
or
warped. Yeah, warped or free or
or
whatever.
cheaped. And Adam Weiss going even further, prowess on 5, but on the draw. So he's going to at least get that card redraw up. Yes. Or impended for the cancel with set mechanic.
Oh, right. Yep.
Here comes Chris. It's very funny. It's Adam Weiss versus Chris Adams. It's Adam. It's palindrome between
poetry.
the Adams. It's poetry.
Yeah, it's poetry.
They got
Circular.
married. Adam Adams. Hey, gentlemen, think about it.
It could also be Chris Weiss, or they could hyphenate. Yeah, Chris.
Yes, Adam would be the last name.
So you have Adam Weiss Adams or Adam Adams Weiss,
Oh, that's fun. I like that. Good.
and then
Dibs.
Chris Adams Weiss.
DRC in play. Triome for Chris. Talk about fallen hero. Triomes.
Yeah.
The second surveillance guide here, we're like, no need.
No need. Well,
No
yeah,
longer.
because
My tap land slot, that's reserved for these bangers.
these bangers.
They're huge. They're impactful.
So here comes Steam Vent, fetch Steam Vent to play a 5/5. Not
yeah,
a bad.
which
Wouldn't be
5/5?
bad. The Kavu
The Kavu?
or pass? Surely not pass.
Surely. Oh, Adam's hand. Land, Swift Sphere, wear tear, land. Nothing to
Yeah.
wear and or tear.
Play your 1-drop first. Attack for 2.
2. Taste it. Oh, taste it.
Yeah, 2. I
What's
don't know
Chris-
what you're worried about.
Yeah, what's Chris thinking about? It must be Leyland Binding. I'm feeling it.
Well, it could be Leyland Binding, or even it's just like, or Adam is debating like, why would am I holding one of these guys back for any reason? Worried about the haste enabler land,
Arena of Glory.
Arena of Glory.
Of course.
That feels like that could have been an Aether Drift, right? Because it's like an Amonkhet card.
Yeah, but you don't want that in standard.
Yeah, it's a good
Be
point.
careful.
Yeah, you're right. Is that a Wrath of the Skies?
Yeah. Yeah, Chris is about to have a good time.
Also, we got a Endurance.
Yes. Which means Temple Garden is probably on the menu for this hollow. Yep,
Scion? Yep.
Found it.
Shatter.
Now, yes.
Gonna shatter your Scion.
Now, I think Adam's gonna get tap Sacred Foundry and Shatter on his own turn to get the prowess trigger.
I think he's got another land, so I think he's gonna get the Surveil land because I think he has.
You
Thundering-
said that after Thundering Fall is in play.
Well, no, that's what it. Sorry, I didn't say.
Why?
Because I don't think he has the inspiring whatever, not inspiring. What's the red white Surveil land?
Oh, the Elegant Parlor.
Elegant Parlor. That of course.
Yes. So you're saying made sure to get the tap land so that if he ever wants access to white, he can use the untapped version because there are no tapped ones.
Oh, and of course the most important part of everything is the shatter cost 2.
Shatter cost 2. But Adam could have got untapped. Yeah, understood.
Well, he only had 1 mana
Because he played the Swiss Spirit.
because he played the Swiss Spirit.
Guys, Shatter cost 2.
Shatter cost 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Literally,
tear,
the card Shatter
Yeah,
costs 2.
and the card Exile cost 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it all was.
Adam coming, little poke. Chris
Yeah.
Adams is 13.
12.
Fetch 12. Lush Portico.
So I mean, gets to kind of like maybe get a high value Rathus guys here,
Oh, yeah.
but if you spend your turn doing that, and Adam has this expressive iteration,
I feel like you got a lot of time, though.
I guess you buy a lot of time,
And
but
we're
you
talking.
don't have like a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Is
That's-
what I'm saying.
And I'm thinking, Chris, we were saying before, doesn't quite have the graveyard for Flage. We got a Flageful graveyard, so.
Certainly has a lot of space for Flage here.
Hey, Chris, I see you found planes, but still have that endurance in your hand.
Oh, saying maybe should have got a
Temple Garden or
Temple
something
Garden,
that could
yeah.
cast it. But I think getting the planes just in case, being a little safe against a red-blue deck, known to have the ways to stop your mana base from functioning. Oh,
So put that there. Put that there.
Bolt to the bottom must hurt Adam inside.
Yeah, kind of a bummer. That's okay. You're just gonna shuffle the bolt to the top.
Skillful.
Yep.
Debating if he should play this naked cutter or not.
I don't think so.
Gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to get Sacred Foundry Mountain probably, but looks like passing the turn instead.
Because you wanna make sure that you can consign the Scion if Scion comes down again.
Yeah. I'll even take
Mountain.
consigning a Flayed Trigger. Okay, maybe I won't.
Brap.
And now this can get tapped Sacred Foundry.
Yep. Attack Sacred Foundry
And
and
Mountain?
Mountain.
That one's tapped as well for
Is there another
Steam Vents.
Steam Vents? Yeah, so it may as well get all the dual lands.
Yeah, get the tapped ones.
There probably are not that many more lands that tap for mana in Adam's deck, huh?
Yes, fair. I
So
think
we-
there's 3 mountains though.
3 mountains?
I think
Okay.
so. But the white red sources might have taken over, so maybe 2 mountains.
So only 1 Surveil land. Wow, that's a good draw.
Goes well with the cutter.
Cutter.
I hardly bobble. Oh, thinking about the cutter. This endurance be a good blocker if we could cast it.
Just get to cast it, yeah.
Trigger.
So make a monk.
Make it a monk.
We're
I
gonna
don't think so.
Leyline Binding.
Oh.
Not
But
gonna consign it?
still make it a monk. Yeah, interesting point.
Oh, I guess you can just wear tear it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you don't care about the consign.
This just loses out on damage.
Loses out on a little bit of damage, but you save your consign for Scion or something.
Fair.
I
Very
see
fair.
it. I see it.
Very fair.
So
We saw the Kavu draw.
Kavu.
5/5. Thud. Just really thunks its way onto
Yep,
the battlefield.
has a 5/5.
Tarmogoyf who? We got 5/5.
I guess also gonna think about wear tearing on his own turn, because you can. Ooh, that could be a lot of damage.
Ahoo. Ahoo. It's Slick Shot Show Off.
Do you plot the show off, or do you just get in for 1, or get in for? Do you plot the show off and preordain? Because you don't want to. You're kind of in a weird spot because you don't want to play the show off. Yeah,
Yeah,
you plot it. Plot
I
it.
think next turn's the huge turn.
Because you don't want to play the wear tear without playing the show off, but you also don't want to play the show off before you wear tear.
This allows Adam to leave up Consign and Tear.
Right.
And then next turn, go wild with the remainder.
Right. So Chris picked up. So we have Solitude, Endurance, backup Kavu, and Leyline Binding. So
Thunk.
in for 5.
Exiling a card from the graveyard, try to help cut off Delirium.
Does that do it? No. Do I
Take
hit the
account, take a
bobble
look.
instead? Hit the wear tear. That did do it.
There's a bobble in the yard somewhere.
Bobble, land, sorcery, creature. Yeah, okay.
Here. Getting hit by the 5/5. Down to 10.
So now during the end step, do you free the cutter?
Yes. Free it.
Yes, you free the cutter
Because
Because-
Adam wants as much of his mana as
because you
possible.
want as much of your mana on his turn as possible. Or do you?
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Because. Wow, but Slick Shot math, right?
Yeah.
But I guess Slick Shot would always have to come after Cutter.
Right.
Oh, no, but if Adam could have on end step popped the binding, Slick Shot be the first spell per turn, and then start doing these things.
And then start. So
all roads to Rome.
yeah, another one of the all roads to Rome. So this comes back. Then you play
Slick Shot.
Slick
spell two.
Shot, spell 2. So prowess trigger on your previous monk. Get a fresh monk. Prowess trigger. No, you don't have a. You do not have a trigger on your.
Not yet.
Then
Now you do. Trigger, trigger, trigger.
Yep.
All three of these. Binding in hand for Chris, which is gonna get consigned. So once Chris finally tries to break all this up,
so debating if this resolves. If he plays the
Bolt.
bolt
for the 6-shot.
Hadouken.
Yeah, that one is a Hadouken.
Okay.
And here's the Preordain.
Yeah.
Was that Dane?
I think it was one on top, one on bottom.
Yep. Yeah, just keep moving, keep prowessing.
So he's got 3. He's got 6 on the board right now, and he's debating if he wants to go up to 8. Kind of interesting to leave. But yeah, I like
Leave one,
leaving
yeah.
1. Yeah.
Just keep moving through.
So draw, and then you play your Preordain. Because what if you get Lightning Bolt here?
What if?
Well, then you can't. You don't want Lightning Bolt because you need this consign.
Right. He doesn't know 100% he needs this consign.
That's true, he
But he's
doesn't-
gonna feel happy that he keeps it up. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you can't use that.
Well, it depends on who blinks first.
That's true. Who blinks first? So here comes 8. Would you
What
like
do-
to go to 4, Chris?
How do you feel? See, this is the thing that we learned from Infact all those years ago of like interacting outside of combat because things could go poorly in combat. I don't think Adam knows.
Yeah.
But
Though, how much is this? That's only 10.
yeah. Oh, Endurance, Son of Delirium.
Oh.
Another thing that could have got consigned. Woo.
So all this goes away. So it's still 5.
Yeah, still 5. Still 5. 6. Because Violence gives +1/+0.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yep, base for the monk, 1 for the
It's not
thing.
just double strike. So still half of Chris' life total.
Yeah, after all this, still half. Now, if Chris draws Tribal Flames or
So he has 1 draw step to draw tribal. Oh, he has a draw step. That's
Scion,
Scion.
which is going to be a lifelink. No,
No,
'cause-
does not
no.
does not have any abilities.
But
It's just a big guy.
But the Kavu will gain first strike and trample.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. So
still got to play it.
can't consign that.
And now the consign's down. Oh, jeez. Yep.
Eat that. Yep.
Yep. And a 5 for Adam. Can Adam push through this Scion blocker?
Ooh,
oh,
that's a good start.
Jeez.
Yep.
Oh, and the cutter will make a second attacker.
Right. Cutter makes the second attacker. So,
just
cutter
1, 2, 3. Bolt.
lightning bolts.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, Adam needs another spell to cast. The bolt needs to be the last thing that happens. Because he needs a
Oh.
3-power attacker. And the 3-power will be blocked by the Scion, so he needs to get the prowess.
No. So he needs to. Oh man.
Yeah, bolt to hand.
Yeah.
for
Bolt.
sure.
Definitely bolt.
Oh, but he needs the land and the cutter. So
So if he plays, because he can play this. What do you call it?
the
So we're gonna
Okay.
take the land.
so
play the
that.
land.
Surveil for dart.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
So that's second spell. So each of these are 2/2s. Oh, and the whatever
You
gets
can-
through is 3.
Yeah.
That's 3.
So you swing in, right?
Yep. And,
Whatever gets in is 3.
and the bolt. Well, you
with the
need the bolt before so that it's 3 and 3.
Yeah, well, you can bolt whenever, but you can also, if you need an extra powers trigger, you can also consign your Darcy trigger.
Sick.
Yeah, so sick.
Figured it out. Adam
Yeah.
may have already figured it out, but we've all figured it out now.
Yep. So bolt.
And here's bolt at the face.
Yep.
Help with the unblocked creature.
Yeah.
The
So
other
it's
one is 3.
Woof.
That's the hand.
Wow.
Wowzers.
Okay, very very interesting things to navigate. Lots of back and forth there. Crazy.
Yeah, I do not fault, but I do think back to the fetch for planes instead of Temple Garden because I would have loved to have casted these endurances.
Yeah, casting the endurance would have been sweet.
Like 3/4 blocks, 3/4 reach blocks.
Blocks
Like
everything. Yeah.
so I think endurance is actually an incredible card against prowess. Chris was good, smart to bring it in, absolutely. But probably brought that planes to be safe against a blue-red opponent, and it may have come back to bite at the end there. Woo-wee. Is our backup existing? Are they present?
Figure out where they are.
Ooh. Hey everybody, welcome to the backup. We're gonna take a quick peek, make sure we know what game it is.
Game
G3.
three.
We got Will Kowalczyk on the right side, Amulet Titan Master, and on the left side, Luke Rasmussen Rakdos Cutter. But we're seeing a Thundering Fall, so we'll learn more along the way.
Grixis Cutter. No, it might just be a Surveil land, you know.
Oh yeah,
No, there's blue cards in there.
so many blue cards. All right, and Will with just a Gruul Turf in play. I'm sure nothing bad. is
Nothing
gonna
bad can happen
to
from
Luke.
that. Yeah.
These two, Slick Shot in play, get you.
Slick shot for one.
The
Yep.
best plan against Titan is try to kill them. Try to kill them as fast
Oh, yeah.
as you possibly can.
This is a race in a lot of ways. I mean,
Yes.
Luke has a lot of ways to interact, but
Consign, great for interacting.
3 mana
Spelunk.
spelunking.
Always fun to
Draw.
say. This is the amulet effect that Will's looking for.
Bring
Yeah.
out the flowchart. It's actually not that complicated, but
Once you know, you know. Is there a replacement? Is there not a replacement?
Right.
Crumbling Vestige.
Crumbling Vestige, make a land, make a color.
Yep.
Play
Aftermath
Aftermath
Analyst.
Analyst.
Trigger. 1, 2, 3. Incredible.
That's a lot of lands.
You gotta love it. 3 lands.
Pretty good. Just crack it for value.
Value.
Oh, is it Thrum of the Vestige? I see.
Is that the bolt?
That's a bolt, yeah.
Sure
Final
is.
Fantasy bolt.
As here's Express Federation, Slick Shot, 1 trigger, Dart. Dart's the card that we didn't see much out of Adam, but that is a card that helps really push through.
Yeah.
Really just slam for damage.
Yep. So Dart going in the hand. Other backup show off going into the graveyard or
Fiery is lit as the exile. Probably the land per turn.
probably the land for turn.
Perfect Express Federation.
Just the way you drew it up. We just attacking for 3?
Nah.
Well, you want to hold up consign, right?
Uh,
Or we just
here we go. To the wall.
yeah. Lava Dart you?
Dart you.
Dart you.
Slick Shot trigger.
Yep.
So close to being able to take out the Analyst, but the Analyst being a 1/3.
Yep. So it goes to Ted. All right, Will. Do you have it?
Oh. Will did a little chuckle. See a whiteboard card in Will's hand.
Summoner's
Summer's
Pact.
Pact. Okay. Grip full lands. Oh, 4 mana in play.
Yep. So
Analyst.
put all these into play.
This is 5 mana.
That's 5 mana. Play a land for turn.
5 mana. Wait, land return is 6. And that gets Primeval Titan from the Summoner's Pact. Well,
But there's
wow, the land that Will picks up. What if that's the land per turn, huh?
right. What if
Which would be 7 mana. Will's a master, so lock in. It's time to see what happens. Gruul Turf.
pick up a Crumbling Vestige? Tap it.
Yeah, maybe a Vestige, maybe a Beseiju. Pick up itself.
Yep.
Pick up itself. Oh, look, there's 3 mana floating. Be a shame if that pairs with those. Summer's Pact? You got it. Here we go. So, with single untap source, so this Titan is going to have 1 available floating mana. The Cultivator Colossus, we have 7.
Oh, so for 7 we can play Cultivator Colossus.
Which also means we know that Will picked up the Gruul Turf, so there's at least 1 land to put into play off the ability, and any remaining lands in hand will just allow Will to keep on going. Digging through the deck, using this as kind of a... Sometimes this card is a ritual in this deck while also making a huge monster. So that's the full 7 out of Will. This is
Yep.
the Colossus. Oh,
So
yeah.
Mirror Pool.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Again,
Oh.
we know there's a Gruul turf in hand, so all of these are cards that have not been the turf yet.
Oh
Still
no.
not the turf. Again, this is what I'm saying. This is it being the ritual, right? This is just making so many land drops, so much mana. Oh yeah, we know Will has at least 2 lands in hand still. Yep, 1 land in hand still. 1 land in hand still, from just what I know.
Yep.
Okay, none from what we know. There's 1. Stop. Nah, another one. Another one. How about again?
That's a.
One more time. 1 more.
Oh, that's a hand war battlements.
Huge. That's haste on this big boy. There's the growth chamber.
That's a pretty good ritual.
Yeah,
Would have been a good trigger to consign, huh?
oh,
and
here's
okay.
Green Sun Titan Titan.
Green Sun Titan. That's surely that's lethal.
Will doing what we all hope, which is the flash of the hand. Do you want me to keep going? And answer looks to be yes. So here we go. A lot of triggers to be done. Will's explaining.
Yeah.
This is the Amulet Explains turn.
So we have the mirror pool, we have the astronaut, the analyst, so we can start the analyst loop.
Yes, because to the Lotus Field, Will can sack the Urza Saga, which packed analyst and Urza Saga will always meet Delirium criteria.
Yep.
And each time that the loop is gone through, the analyst will be in the graveyard when the loop starts to happen once again, achieving that Delirium, infinitely looping the shifting wood land. And I think Will's going to probably make infinite hasty copies of Cultivator Colossus, and that is all they wrote.
Make infinite hasty copies of whatever you feel like.
Of whatever you feel like. And with that, that's Amulet Titan. So
there
if
it went.
If you don't know,
blink
now
and you'll
you
miss
know.
it.
Yeah, it is hyper consistent, right? What we used to see out of Amulet Titan is it would be a lot of 1 of this, 2 of this, 3 of this, 4 Titans, yeah, for sure, and then a little of this. And now you can look at the deck list, it's like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 1 lands, and you're like, okay,
Yep.
like they know the plan, they know
figured
what's
it
happening.
out. Yeah.
Got a lot of new tools in shifting woodland, in the Aftermath Analyst. Then folks kind of just started scape shifting, and then that locks in even more slots, and it just becomes now learn how this machine works because the machine is mostly locked in for folks.
Right. I should get sunglasses. So every time we come back to the booth and I can watch the screen, I was like, we should match.
Just have sad, pathetic, useless baby blue eyes, and will hurt you no matter what. And if you enjoy games, you can see that Wednesday here is one of the nights that NRG goes live with Modern. On Thursdays, the same stream goes live with Pokemon, but if you're a Magic player, you can stop by and play some Elder Dragon Highlander. Friday is Director Haviva's favorite night and Boomer Zoomer night as people in the house play Legacy and Standard. Yeah, the Schaumburg
Boomer Zoomer night.
Standard has been quote-unquote fixed, quote-unquote rotated, quote-unquote new. 7 cards banned, so if that's your jam, you can come on by and play. Saturday into Monday is that Digimon time with it on Saturday and Monday. And Tuesday, there is One Piece, there is Lorcana, there are all the games to be played. If you like games, you can most likely find that trading card game at nerdragegaming.com here at the Buffalo Grove home store. This is the spot. If you like trading card games, this is where you can play them. And if you want to buy those trading cards, it's important to know that many of them, if they're not listed on nerdragegaming.com, it's because they're on the TCG Player Pro store, nrg.tcgplayerpro.com for Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, One Piece, Full Magic cards, and more. You can find them on the TCG Player Pro store. So again, if you're stopping by the Nerd Rage Gaming website and you just can't find the game that you're looking for, know that a lot of those cards are also sold right here on the TCG Player Pro store. With that being said, folks, that is the end of round number 3. So when we come back, we'll have the finals of Wednesday Night Modern here for the Nerd Rage Gaming home store. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bye.
Bye. going right to here.
It's time for the
I wasn't.
finals.
I thought we were
Time
going
for
right
the
to the
final.
gameplay. I'm downloading the horse game.
Hey everyone.
So
Hey, everyone. Welcome. It's round 4. It's the finals. Nerd Ridge Gaming Home Store, Buffalo Grove, Illinois. It's modern. It's Wednesday. It's the goods. It's the return of Jun.
it's the return of Jun. Jun is playing for the 4-0.
Yeah, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, Jun is competing to be the horse girl.
Yeah. On the left, Raymond Perkins saw him earlier today. Returns with Jun Delirium, or as he said when I talked to him, I put the good cards and Jun together.
Put the good.
Hey, fair
Fair enough.
and Clark, Boros, NRG. Boros, Nerd Rage Gaming.
As I went to go do it.
It's the finals. It's round 3. Here we go.
Oh, and Raymond has that Nightmare Before Christmas swamp also.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
pretty
see that?
cool.
Here we go. Is
Alright.
it going to be
Ragavan.
land oneer? Yep. In this deck with 11 to 21 drops, here it is. It's a 1-drop for Clark. It's Ragavan.
Oh,
Raymond
that's a main deck Assassin's Trophy, by the way.
Goated.
On top of the deck, we saw the Assassin's Trophy.
Absolutely goated from Raymond Perkins. Once again, had no doubts.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Are you going to opt not to play the baubles? Because wants them
And
as
left
a,
the brick for Ragavan. This
Um,
Assassin's Trophy.
but also just like so doesn't play the baubles because it was going to use them
He's
as
got Cutter in hand.
Corey Steelcutter fuel
Cutter
later on.
fuel.
Pretty sweet. Johnny,
3 mana. Fable.
Fable. See the new store champ
So
Fable?
good.
Pretty sweet.
So good.
Very cool. So here we go. Corey Steelcutter. Nope.
Nah, this
Tarmogoyf.
is off the swamp. This is Goyf Bobble.
Oh, there is no red mana. I didn't even see there was no red mana.
So Raymond left the trophy on top as a blank for the Ragavan, on the hunt for red mana. But don't worry, we got a 1/2 Goyf.
It's not going to stay at 1-2 forever. Clark's going to lightning
Oh
bolt it.
no!
Could you imagine? So look at your card. We didn't see. Clark saw. It was a
Is that Steam
galvanic
Vent?
discharge.
Oh, Galvanic. I thought it was Steam Vent for a second because I think I saw the electricity of it.
Raymond also didn't draw his card.
Well,
This
maybe,
card.
well, maybe he didn't upkeep. Because if he didn't upkeep,
Oh, maybe he did it. Yeah, during Clark's turn. You mean that
yeah,
could be?
Yeah. That's how you play around Thoughtseize in case Clark's playing Marty.
I suppose.
It used to be huge in the scam time. They would like make sure to bobble so that they draw on their own turn, so that when you look at their hand, you don't see the extra card yet.
Yeah. We don't know if he missed the bobble or if he activated the bobble during Clark's upkeep.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
We'll find out soon.
So Shaman, Murmle's in.
Big
Yeah.
Goyf, big block.
Block is gonna. Yep. So goodbye, Ragavan. So
We-
Tarmogoyf has damage marked on him. Probably gonna get Galvanic blasted here.
Yeah,
Hit with all 3.
but there's a creature in the yard now.
There was already a creature because of Flage.
Okay.
It was already a 3/4.
Things
But you got
always
it. Yeah, you got to hit it for the full 3 because if you hit it for 2,
not good.
not good enough.
Things just always happen when people try to kill Goyfs. That
Yep.
Problems happen all the time. But there's an extra card type. Oh, now there's that. Wait, but there wasn't an instant, right? So wasn't the Goyf be 1 bigger upon resolution and Goyf would have survived?
No, there was not an instant, but there would have been four card types. Hit 2 damage from Ragavan plus 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had 2 from Ragavan. Yeah. Phew.
Also, so Raymond did draw 3 cards there. So
Cracked all the baubles.
Yep, all the baubles were during Clark's. Looks like 1 during Clark's end step and the other during the upkeep.
And now found Verdant Catacombs, found Stomping Ground, Red Source unlocked.
So here comes
Now
Corey
cut through
Steelcutter.
Steel.
Corey Steelcutter. And Mishra's research desk. No,
Or,
probably another Goyf.
Yeah, Black Goyf here.
Goyf is big, 3/4.
And here's Monk Fighter,
Yep, Monk Fighter, the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
as
Does
everyone knows.
Does Monk Fighter rumble? Probably, right?
Of course. Oh. Fetch shock.
Oh, fetch
Taken care
shock.
of
Yep.
on the life total there.
Yep,
Good
yep,
catch
yep.
from Clark.
So
No
not
attack
gonna
from the
rumble.
Monk Fighter. Send it back. Here comes a Fable flip. And no arena for Clark's
Flage, but
Flage.
does have enough fuel for the Flage, especially after playing this fetch land.
Oh, yeah.
And Flage will take out the monk fighter, but
Yep.
not the Goyf.
Can't. Too
Cannot
big.
kill the Goyf.
All right. We're interacting. It's back. It's fourth. Raymond with the research desk, the Tarfire, and a backup Tarmogoyf in hand. But
Tarmogoyf actually might be big enough to battle with Flage.
at least four
So,
among the players.
Guide of Souls, Ajani.
Oh, no need to Flage. We have other cards to cast.
We have other cards. I use other cards for that. And
Just keep going.
another 2-drop.
Just keep going.
Oh,
Well, you had Splinter Twin of a Johnny Bombardment, so now I understand, Clark.
Yep. So shoot the monk down.
Yep.
Well, shoot the monk for 1.
Yep. And then shoot the monk again, and then the
No,
Johnny
this-
trigger can kill the Goyf.
Yeah. So this will be enough to kill the Goyf, and then the other.
Yep. And then any of these things can be tossed at the monk if Clark so desires. And he does.
I desire.
I do desire. And now get in with the 2-2.
Yep. Get in with the 2/2 and make a treasure.
Well, that's the Boros energy.
Yep. That's a pretty good turn.
The Johnny Bombardment is a part of the backbone of this overall, and once it's all said and done, Clark also has access to Flage at the end.
Yeah. So has a very oppressive board state, and then gets to untap and play Flage.
The Guide of Souls is going to be able to jump. The Fable is going to be able to copy. The Flage is going to be able to Flage. And if the Clark's top card is Arena, then oh boy,
Oh,
boy.
if it's Arena, it's just over.
That's 12 damage all by itself from the big Flage monster.
Which is more than enough to kill Raymond.
One could say that.
So let's see. Molten Collapse, the
Oh,
card that was drawn.
that
So
deals with the Johnny.
make a Goyf.
Oh, if he can get
and a Tarfire, the reflection, sure.
yep,
He'll just get
just
tossed.
get shot, yeah.
I'll shoot you for 1.
And make it a monk. Oh, that's some sideways monk.
Yeah, because you want to try to kill a Johnny, right? Because you can't be having the tokens that get shot at your face.
Yeah, those get rough.
Because I think you're just dead this turn. Like you're super dead, right? Because Flage is coming back 6. Plus the cat token is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 you to 2, and then sacrifice 2 guys. You die.
Yep.
You're just dead.
Yep.
Bunch
No
of
need
different
to
ways
combo.
you're dead.
Yep.
So play that.
There goes that. Here
Static.
comes
Oh,
this.
okay.
Get this out of the way.
So dead. So
Clark
incredibly
is just
dead.
so casually just like burying Raymond
Yep,
in
I got
Boros
everything.
energy value.
Clark says I got everything.
Hooey.
Yep.
If you haven't seen Boros Energy, now you have. It sure does do those things. Cards out of the sideboard: Clarion Conqueror, Celestial Purge, Wrath of the Skies, Molten Rain, Wear Tear, High Noon, Blood Moon, Showdown of the Scalds.
Celestial Purge probably good here.
Yeah, if you
A
got
lot of black
Purge,
permanents.
you got Purge, I'll take Purges. And it's weird because Wrath of the Skies probably is pretty good. But Clark's going to be very aware of it, possibly sideboard in a way that he has less ways that he hits himself. But I can imagine it being very powerful against just the flurry of 1s and 2s out of Raymond's deck.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. For a second, I thought the example here only had 1 bombardment, but the other 2 are hiding.
Yeah,
Just
they're in
overall.
another row. Yeah.
And this is John Dish.
Ooh, I want to see a Gen deck that plays Rydia.
Rydia is so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Jund sideboard cards that could be available, things like Obsidian, Charmaw, Meltdown, Collective Brutality, Pyroclasm, Ghost Vacuum, Graph Diggers, Nile Spellbomb, Pithing Needle, Damping Sphere, Beseiju. We've also seen toys like Return to Nature, Assassin's Trophy, and more.
I'm sure that that Raymond does have some kind of Pyroclasm variant.
Yes. And the Return to Nature that we saw from before,
Oh,
great.
good against the Flage, yeah.
Good against Flage and good against Goblin Bombardment
And
specifically.
Bombardment,
and
yeah.
Static Prison, and Fable.
Oh, so it's great.
Yeah, tons of targets for that.
We're going back to nature.
Wait, it's Return to Nature.
We're returning to nature.
Because Back to Nature is the destroy all enchantments, which would go
Oh, you're right.
super hard.
Yes. Speaking of spells for your local meta, I remember there was an Enchantress player back in the day. Not here, but at my old. There's also an Enchantress player here. But at my old LGS, there was an Enchantress player who just loved to dirtle.
They play Enchantress.
He loved to Enchantress, and then eventually just put an Emrakul into play.
Yeah, we still have one. We have one. We still have one.
So that was Return to Nature or Back to Nature was a spell
Yeah.
that was in sideboards.
And Back to Nature was recently in Pioneer sideboards when the enigmatic Overlord deck
Oh,
was
yeah.
really popular.
That's a funny deck.
I think you could see it out of like the Jund sacrifice boards and stuff sometimes, just being like, this stuff's gotta go.
Yeah, I can't deal with this.
As Raymond's doing classic gamer move, just 4 different piles trying to sideboard. A little this over here, a little this over there.
Shieldred's Edict was an option. Looks like didn't opt for it. Just another sideboard card that we've seen.
Clark, classic. In his lane, moisturized,
Yep.
thriving, Boros Energying. If you told me that he is 6-0 on the day, I believe you.
Right?
Like,
Boros
Clark-
Energy just does what it does.
just does what it does. The thing is the deck is very good. You just sit down, cash your 1-drop, cash your 2-drop, cash your 3-drop, win the game. And then next game, you do it again.
Looks like Raymond boarded out the commune with Beavers again.
No, dude, I want him to play the Commune with Beavers.
Yeah, I think it's probably a wise call. You kind of need
Yeah,
action.
You cut your cantrip. I
Yeah,
understand.
You're not really in a place where you can be cantripping against Boros Energy, but
Nah,
I still
but it
wish
hurts.
it hurts. Yeah, the Beavers especially, they're offended.
Yeah, you
No
can't
one who's going to
who's-
commune with them
Who's gonna commune with
if not Raymond.
Raymond? You were the chosen one.
You were the chosen one. You're supposed to bring balance to the Beavers,
Well,
right? Not plunge them into darkness.
no.
Clark has the high ground.
Clark has the high ground. Does Clark have the high ground?
I mean, in this analogy where Raymond is Darth Vader, yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Because he's commune. Yeah.
because right.
Yeah, of course. Obviously. I understand now. I get where we're at. That's pretty cool. And Raymond, fetch, Blood Crypt.
Darcy.
Darcy?
I seen to Darcy.
I seen it. There it is. That's Darcy. Whoa.
Oh, Clark brought in
Excuse
Blood
me?
Moons.
Excuse me, Clark.
Interesting.
Or maybe had the main deck. I've been seeing
Oh.
I've seen the shift return. The
So what do you think if Raymond plays this this saga on 2? What do you think Clark's going to feel about his Blood Moon?
if Raymond plays the saga on 2, it will
Cuz it'll be able to make
it'll
constructs
be
just in
forever.
time. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I don't know. What I do like is that Clark leading on his planes as opposed to playing it later or fetching it out. This, I think, is the best way to play your basic without signaling your Blood Moon. Just like,
Right,
it's
'cause
my
you're
fir-
not fetching
my first
for a-
land. This is the land that I have. I'm going to play my planes. I'm going to play my card. I think this is maybe the cleanest way to just not give anything away. It's just, this is my land.
Looks like Raymond is respecting the Blood Moon still though.
Love it.
Getting
One-
the forest.
It could also just be a respect for life total, right? Knowing that,
Oh, could be also be respect for life total. Oh,
Raymond, I'm so sorry.
it's actually going to be
Overgrown Tomb?
Overgrown Tomb?
Nope,
Nope.
not that one either.
What's it going to be?
Big Stomps?
Stomping Ground? No, you want a Black
Stompy
Source.
G? No, it's
All right,
Stomping
fair
Ground.
enough. Stomping Ground. Dharma
Nothing
Ground.
bad
No,
will happen.
maybe by the time that Clark deploys his Blood Moon, there's just going to be, I don't know, a pile of monsters in play. So
Yes. I do like monsters.
oh, the 1/1 Tarmogoyf or the 1/2
1-2. Can't believe you.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, 1/2 Tarmogoyf.
And a little poke from the DRC. I guess also this Goyf is never long for power with this Soul Guide Lantern ever present here.
Right.
Oof. Raymond, do you got Wear Tear? I would love
I was about to
see.
say, like, what a time for Wear Tear this would be.
Oh, I do see Pyroclasm. So you're right that
So
there was
there's a Pyroclasm variant.
the
The Pyroclasm variant.
no variant needed. Call the TVA. We do not
Right,
have
yeah,
a
good.
variant.
So attack.
Crunch.
Attack
See,
for
here's
2.
the thing, because if Clark pops the Soul Guide, well, that puts an artifact in the yard. That's 1. It's the same damage.
Right. So Clark is just gonna Blood Moon,
Zebloon?
fetch another plains, play Blood Moon. Kind of,
See a Marsh Flats.
because you kind of got to do it now. Because if you don't deploy the Blood Moon, if you don't deploy the Blood
Yeah.
Moon now, you're probably never deploying the Blood Moon
This
because
saga just
the
becomes a
saga.
waste.
Yeah.
I guess it just becomes a
A
fancy
mountain.
mountain.
Yeah, but you cannot let the
Ooh.
saga get a second counter and then deploy Blood Moon. That's just not.
Yes. It doesn't retain that it's gained tap for colorless.
It does. So it. I know it does still tap for colorless.
Because that's the only way it could still make constructs, right? It must retain these given words.
No, it doesn't die.
Nah, Ray, dude, it's the new rules.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
It keeps lore counter though.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Yep, all good. I have to admit, I haven't had this happen to me under the new rules yet.
Flashes the Blood Moon at the camera.
So there's a very real chance.
Wait, don't play that.
Well,
It's oh,
That
that's
might
just mountain. That's just mountain. That's just mountain.
okay.
Just mountain.
just a mountain. It doesn't. It's not a saga with no.
No, because that's the rules now.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
yeah.
we're good. That's just mountain. There's a very, 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 very real chance. We haven't seen Clark in a while. That he opened the Boros Energy deck that was in the box still.
And was like, oh, I have Blood Moon still.
Ran it.
Yeah.
Just here we are, and may have been realizing, remembering, understanding in this moment. Maybe not right now.
Yeah. So gets to cast some other spells now.
Yeah, Raymond on beatdown, putting Clark down to 13 points of life. Clark just playing artifacts and enchantments so far, none of the big hard-hitting creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a Guide of Souls.
Guide of Souls resolves.
Raymond's got a Pyroclasm
Ajani.
and a Darfire. So let's hit that.
So trigger on the stack.
Whoop. Toss it.
Still gets trigger.
This Clasm's gonna go.
The Clasm is interesting though because
Trades his Goyf as well.
well, so if it's Soul Guide Lantern was target player, right? So you have to trade your Necrogoy for it.
But Clark will leave 3 creature types behind, so Goyf will do just fine.
Right.
Tarfire, big number. Number go up with Tarfire in the
Number
graveyard.
go up. And then I guess Clark is like, do I want to make a Planeswalker? I guess so.
Yeah, well, if not now, yeah.
Yeah, so another Goy takes 1.
And then
And
another
then-
one.
Another 1.
Oh, make it teeny. Teeny tiny.
So yeah, so it
None
dies.
types.
Yep.
Smart move. And then this Goyf goes down to a 3.
And then
2-1 for Clark.
Yep, gets 2/1.
And I'm going to guess sends just 1 damage at Raymond. Yep.
Yep.
The point.
Bonk.
Up. 13-13. Both players. Big Goyf here fighting down against Ajani and his brother and 2/1 Cat Warrior token.
So interesting thing here, you could Pyroclasm to get rid of the cat
Mm.
just so that you can clear Ajani, right?
It also adds sorcery.
Right. But really you're just doing it so that but I'm saying like you guarantee to clear Ajani this turn.
Yes. Would love to clear Ajani. Because no matter what, Clark's not able to deal 4 damage to the Goyf. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so clear away your cat,
Token
kill Ajani.
upstairs. Oh, which indicates no Galvanic because could have in response thrown at the Goyf Galvanicked, but instead Pyro resolved, and here we are.
Comes FOMO.
FOMO, pitch a push.
Yeah. So
True.
creature sorcery instant. Pretty good.
Pretty good. And land out of Clark's graveyard.
Thraben Charm. Land Thraben Charm
Static Prison.
Static Prison. So Static Prison can take care of Goyf, but you're still getting FOMO'd.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it doesn't really.
answer to FOMO. Well, we can exile the graveyard with the Thraben Charm to not get double dunked on the.
Oh,
the
sure.
FOMO. I think you prison the Goyf.
Yeah, Prison the Goyf.
Thinking prison the Goyf. Because fear of missing out or FOMO has the clause that if you have Delirium, that can allow you to have a second combat, which
Yeah, just take 2.
Delirium is the case. Not the case. Sorry, only the 3
Ooh,
types
Drew the basic.
unlocks the black mana. Because before Raymond had to pitch the Fatal Push, but ripped the basic and ripped little Nethergoyf. You got to play it off the swamp
Drew a land.
for Clark. So Clark just all land and removal still.
Gonna let the Goyf come back.
Huh.
Wants the energy for something.
And the Goyf came back. Jund.
Jund him out.
Jund.
I mean, this is like, so you Thraben Charm, right? And it's a very anemic attack.
Well, the Thraben Charm means that Tarmogoyf proper only counts Clark's graveyard.
Right.
But
And
there's enchantment, creature, instant, land,
but it means you're
artifact.
you're shutting off the Nethergoyf, and I guess
Yeah.
Raymond is nowhere near, or not nowhere near, but does not currently have Delirium.
Yep.
So, yeah, cast it because it's the only spell in your hand.
But yeah, I think Clark's Delirium alone is 5.
No, he's exiling his own graveyard.
Is it any number of players' graveyards? I've only ever done
Oh,
one
is it?
person's. That's cool. Can we bring up Thraben Charm right quick?
It
Clark-
was up earlier.
That's a quick lion for you.
So sorry.
Any
Choose
number of target players.
Any number of target players' graveyards. That's pretty
So
cool.
Clark took his own to make this stuff itty bitty, and the only card type left behind was instant.
Yep.
So that allowed the Goyf to hit for 1.
So yeah, move that die over to the Goyf. So what do we got? 4 mana. Oh, Flage.
Flage?
Kill FOMO
One of them.
or Goyf.
Or the baby Goyf? FOMO. Baby Goyf.
Oh, kill FOMO, and you can shoot the
Oh, yes, because it's a 0/1.
yeah.
Remember that your Flage is a creature. It is there. You do have the moment that you can put it through the bombardment. Beer Grips for Raymond?
So,
5 power in play currently.
5 power in play.
Take a
Not-
check at the graveyards or
land
2
in
lands in
hand.
play. Land.
Yep.
5, yeah.
5U. Go to 6.
Clark's hand is removal land.
Uh,
4 is there for
land.
Raymond, unlocking another land type under the Blood Moon.
I think Clark's hand is Raymond's hand. Yeah. There's 2 lands.
Another land for Raymond. But
Oh, Flage can't get escaped. Not enough cards in
yeah,
graveyard.
Nuns cards, those all got removed.
Yeah. Ope.
You had to do a little Goyf management.
Ope.
12-1.
Yep. Bonk.
And game number 3.
I actually thought it was like, oh, Clark turned the corner. He's gonna Flage it out, and I was like, wait,
No cards.
no fuel for the Flage.
No cards in the yards.
No Flage for the fuel fire.
I've truly never seen the Thraben Charm from both yards. So
That's got to be
tight play.
That's got to be a first.
First on our stream, that's for sure. Tight play out of Clark.
People not playing actual factual Tarmogoyf anymore.
That was so cool.
It was very cool. Torpor
If
Orb.
that thing was a Cosmogoyf, it would have been like a 15,
Cosmogoyf
15.
would have been huge.
Would have been huge. Can we bring up spoilers? Are they in yet?
Some of them they're in Scryfall.
Yeah, if it's in, can we try Cosmogoyf? We talked about it so much. I don't even know if this card is good, but this card is cool.
It is cool.
Boom! Edge of Eternity card. If you haven't seen it, now you have.
Alert, Cosmogoyf. Recommended action. Run.
Run.
Good callback
From-
to the original
from,
Lurgoyf.
From Eric. This creature's power and toughness equal the number of cards you own in exile. +1. Okay.
Pretty big.
I'm a big fan of the graveyard. And I like Cosmogoyf might be really sick in standard roots. So because you're like soul cauldroning and you're exiling your rubble belt Makas, you're just gonna
okay.
have cards in exile. And one of the hardest parts when you are like your dedicated little guy graveyard deck is like what happens like when you just like stall out or your opponent stops or there's a rest in peace in play. What if that just meant I have 10-10?
That'd be a pretty cool pivot. Yeah, if you're expecting rest in pieces, you're bringing in Cosmogoyfs,
Yeah.
or you're even playing them in the main deck.
I think yeah, you could probably like play a few in the main to like see just how far your own deck is pushing it. Because again, exile or Bubble Belt Maka, exile things to egg the Soul Cauldron.
And if you add blue, you also get stock up. I don't know if you need stock up in Roots, but you have blue mana now, so you could cast it.
I mean, we get Watery Grave, which Shocklands change everything. We're gonna have Shocklands, Verges, and Surveil lands.
That's crazy.
That mana is gonna be
And fast lands.
well half of them.
Half of the fast lands.
But
Some fast lands.
that mana is gonna mana. Like
But we're losing all the pain lands.
all the pain lands.
Rip.
Well, don't worry, you have Starting Town.
Oh, it's true, we have
every
Starting
deck
Town.
just replaces them with its 4 Starting Towns.
Starting Town is cool. Very cool design.
Very cool design. I have heard whispers of people playing Starting Town in Modern because it is a fast land, mana confluence, and Eldrazi mana source because it is a colorless source.
Sure.
So in like brood scale decks specifically where you're on the hunt for colorless and colored sources, this also allows that there's the possibility of doing a double splash in your brood scale deck because now you have like a quad land in Starting Town that could cast main color splashes and colorless.
It's pretty cool.
So pretty cool.
Big
and
fan
you
of
know,
flexible cards like that.
and we don't know how many, but we are getting Eldrazi's and Edge of Eternity. So we might get some cards that care about colorless mana.
There's at least that one. There's a one with warp,
Yeah.
right?
There's a one with warp. But who knows just how big they're gonna get.
And there's the fancy Eldrazi temple from the
Yes.
stream.
From the stream. From the bonus sheet. We got Ocelot Pride on Clark's side. Remember Clark on the play here for game number 3. Raymond on the right side with a quick surveil. Tarfire hit the bin. 2 types, just like that.
2 types, just like that. Didn't
But-
want it to take out this Ocelot
Right.
Pride. 1.
Now, this isn't a Johnny bombardment, but there's definitely going to be some cats to be thrown.
There's going to be some cats being thrown around.
But Raymond,
Oh, because we have double Fatal
Pyroclasm?
Push.
maybe a little Pyroclasm action
Oh,
for Raymond.
no second land?
Oh. Well, we bobbling. Oh, Lord, we bobbling.
Yep, so here we go. Bobble during upkeep.
Okay.
Ragavan.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Ragavan, a card that I think Raymond's deck would love.
Yeah, or Zidane Tribal.
Is that the Final Fantasy
That's the
card?
Final Fantasy Ragavan.
It's a 5-drop that
No,
Here
that's
comes-
the other. That's the other Zidane.
Yeah, the Boros one.
that's
here's-
the Boros Threaten that gives your guy lifelink.
Here comes a battle at the big bridge.
Zidane Tribal is
Oh, sorry, Fatal Push.
the Ragavan. Don't flip a land. Hey. Oh, could you imagine if Clark
Uh-huh.
cast this
Well,
Corey
if Clark,
Steelcutter?
if Clark has a land,
No, Clark played. This is only Clark. No, that's right. If he doesn't have a land, but
whoo. Hey, Chris, dude, this Jund deck's been Junding all day, my dude. I think Raymond might be his downfall, but he found a land, huge here. And Clark missed a land, so low land count from both of them.
Yep.
And it's gonna be all about this recovery.
so here we go.
And the Ocelot Pride got Fatal Pushed from the battle at the big bridge.
Yep, Ragavan back to hand. Get a swamp. Respect Blood Moon. Makes sense.
Gotta respect it.
Gotta
I
respect
bet
it.
Clark boarded it out too.
On the play,
Oh yeah.
could see that.
Clark made some faces directly at the camera that made me think that,
Yeah,
that he cut it.
yeah. He's like, I don't like this card.
Here comes the
So,
Goyf.
Goyf. Yep. Probably
Uh,
gonna get chained to the
1,
rocks.
2, 3, 4, 5? 4.
Four.
Types. Big boy. Clark's got Chained to the Rocks.
Yep. Chain to the
Love-
rocks in hand.
Love Chained to the Rocks. You want Path to
Oh, and
Exile? This is
Celestial
Path
Purge.
to Exile. In your Boros deck, Chained to the Rocks is Path to Exile, but your opponent don't get nothing.
Yep. Don't get nothing. So
I
chain.
said what I said. They don't get nothing.
I'm gonna chain your Nether Goyfs to the rocks.
To the rocks with you. To the rocks.
You know what I love about this card?
Perfect
about it?
flavor.
Only one printing.
Really?
They pulled up the Theros one.
Chain the Rock's only one
Interesting.
printing. Wowzers. They haven't made a Naya Enchantress commander deck?
Let me double check.
Tarfire on that Ragavan.
Starfire and Ragavan.
Blast.
Take 2 from Cat. Or 1 from Cat.
One from Cat.
It's in one other set. Pioneer Masters.
Ah, Pioneer
not
Masters,
real.
of course. So here we go. Darcy. 2 mana
Oh my gosh.
FOMO.
Ooh.
Molten Collapse. Corey Steel Cutter.
Ooh. These all sound great.
I would say Corey just have a naked Corey Steel Cutter, and then
Well, yeah.
next turn you've got 2 spells.
Well, because if he draws land, he can go 1/1 if he needs to. DRC Fatal Push. If he gets land, he gets to go Other Cutter. and get
Oh,
a
other
1/1.
Cutter 1/1, yeah.
But
Or-
we're gonna go FOMO.
FOMO's good too.
FOMO's gonna find you that land,
Oh, right, because you can discard. You can now discard an extra
Yep.
cutter, draw, and then get a land.
which means he likes the removal spells in the hand.
And he got a
finds
land. Look at that.
Unlocking the Battle at the Big Bridge in hand.
Yep. Battle of the Big Bridge unlocked.
By that I mean Fatal Push. Battle of the Big Bridge is just funny to say to me.
Battle of the Big Bridge is very funny.
I do like that there's the full art printing of Fatal Push that's like 2 seconds later, where it's like the guy
Oh,
in
yeah.
Fall.
So it's the guy getting kicked off, but then it's like the view from the guy getting kicked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Purge.
Celestial Purge. He's purged.
Bonk.
I'll take 1 from this cat. I'll take 1 from my fetch
Still
land.
No land for Clark.
Not going to take 1 from the fetch land.
I think he's figuring out what he needs. He needs 4th
Tarfire?
land, so he's not gonna crack it just yet.
Right.
But I imagine he's gonna probably go find Forest here. Full respect. And if he was planning to already get Forest, no need to crack on his own turn.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Kind of like when you have to relearn when you play Legacy of like it doesn't actually matter. You're not shocking or unshocking.
Oh, right, yeah. Because all your dual lands are real.
Yeah, they're just duels.
They just come into play.
And then that got flipped on its head because now you're playing Surveil lands, and now it does matter if you're like end of turn fetching or not.
Ooh, some love in chat for the Nightmare Before Christmas swamp.
Super sick. Shout out to Raymond. Love this swamp. If you're going to get
What's this?
anything, is that from Nightmare?
That's like the song from
Oh, okay.
Nightmare. What's this?
Did Sephiroth do this?
It- who is the singing voice for Jack Skellington? Do you know this?
A real skeleton.
I would argue that the person is a real skeleton. If a skeleton wore a person's suit, it would be this person.
Huh.
It's Danny Elfman.
More like Skeleton Man.
Yeah, literally.
All right.
Yeah, lead singer of Oingo Boingo.
Of course, as everyone knows.
Everyone knows that. Every fan of 80s new wave knows. Yeah, he looks like a skeleton.
Raymond, final answer on this fetch land, my dude.
I mean,
Are we playing Where's the Forest?
Stomping Ground. Final answer. I feel like this was actually this happened last time he cracked because he looked at Forest and then he looked at Overgrown Tomb and then he's like, no,
Fair.
Stomping Ground.
Fair.
So here we go. We're gonna go Corey Steel
Cutter.
Cutter.
Time to cut it up.
Cut it up.
And then maybe Tarfire the cat just like clear everything Clark's got going on.
Molten Collapse.
Oh.
What? No shot. Molten Collapse kills.
Yeah, because it's a non-land, non-creature permanent CMC 1 or less.
I thought it was Artifact.
No.
This is black and red enchantment removal?
Yes. Because this used to be really, really hard for
Oh, and he
Hammer decks.
descended.
yeah, because he sacked his thing.
Jeez. Sick.
Style points.
Incredible style points. That graveyard is gonna get so exiled.
Dude, he's gonna be so exiled. Oh, to the charm.
To the charm, yeah.
I see. And I wonder if Clark
Ooh.
will feel incentivized to take his own yard or not again this time.
Maybe.
Oh, we haven't seen Goif proper.
So here comes Cutter. Yep.
Into DRC.
And to Darcy.
Bing! Trigger.
Make a guy.
Look on Clark's face. The like
Jund Delirium is so close to a 4-0.
Jund.
Jund. No offense, Clark.
A lot of the power here is coming from Raymond was the first to draw out of the 2-lander.
That's true. And Clark, maybe had too many lands last game, too few
Yeah.
lands this game, but it's hard not to root for Jund to
Yeah.
get the 4-0, right?
Yes. And I wonder if Clark fell prey to an overboarding. We've seen a lot of like interactive spells and just not a lot of the meat of the Boros
Oh,
deck.
sure. I saw a tweet once that was like, you do the best in the Boros deck when, like, if you draw your sideboard cards, you lose. If you draw all of your stupid 1-drops and 2-drops, you win.
There's a land.
That's a land.
I've heard that.
Oh, Flage unlocked.
I have heard that some players in some decks would do better if they forgot their sideboards at home.
I feel that. So someone asked, we Ragavan. I haven't seen Ragavan in Raymond's deck, but we have seen Ragavan
Yep.
in Clark's deck.
It's in the energy deck for sure, and we were saying it probably would be good in Raymond's deck, but we just have not seen it out of them.
Yeah, the 1-drops we've seen are Nethergoyf and Darcy.
And Darcy.
Oh, gets the 2-for again.
Yep. I mean, that was a big part of what Clark needed. Up to 13, the life gain off Flage.
So,
But this steel cutter,
that is a sick
time.
rip.
good time for
Yep.
it. Because
Goodbye.
Clark has the arena.
Has the arena. Play a Goyf. Trigger the cutter.
Take 4.
Take 4. Go to 9.
Take 4, go 9. I have Tarmogoyf in play.
Goyf is a 3-4. Goyf's a 3-4. Next turn, it threatens to be a 4-5.
Creature artifact.
Creature artifact. Oh, right. It's 2-4. 2-3.
But Raymond will fill it up.
Yeah, because he's got Tarfire in hand.
And push. Hey, another Flage.
Oh, another Flage.
Hey, what size is
Hey,
the
wait,
Goyf?
that Flage kills the Goyf.
Hmm.
Interesting. Yep.
Let me just pick this one up.
I mean, if you're gonna if you're gonna draw cards off the top,
And then that's the unequipped monk, which is a 1/1.
yeah, another
okay,
two
Clark.
for.
Clark up to 12 off that life gain.
What do we got? Another Goyf,
Another baby Goyf.
and then Tarfire face
Yeah, upstairs.
upstairs,
Trigger. Down to 10 goes Clark.
and then attack for 4. No, 5 now.
No, 4.
No, because
Because the Goyf is not a prowess trigger.
oh
so
right, you're right.
so-
4.
Foe. For 4. Crunch.
Yep. Go to 6.
Checking types.
Yep. Another Goyf, still big.
Bong.
Moving your Yu-Gi-Oh tokens around.
No, giving haste to the Goyf.
Giving haste to the Goyf. That's pretty sick. Guide
Guide
souls.
souls.
Sure.
Big thumbs up from Raymond. Do appreciate it. Uh-oh.
Is Clark dead?
John. I think the card in hand is push, right? I think we know
The
this.
card in hand is push, and the card in Clark's hand is Thraben Charm, maybe?
Well, so Clark has to kill a monk.
With a prowess trigger on the stack. But I think Fatal Push. Well, no, it's not lethal. We'll see if Raymond gets another card.
Yeah. It's gonna.
If he gets another a castable.
Yeah, big depend on what Raymond draws.
What a game.
Yeah. Yeah. The forgotten mode of Corey Steelcutter, equip it to your Goyf.
Galvanic.
Oh, we gotta work hard for this kill.
Double Galvanic. Yep. Dead.
But the Raymond needs castable.
Yep. So just Fatal Push is not bad.
Well, if Raymond gets a castable card that triggers prowess, we're done ski.
We're done skis.
Because that'll be 3, 3, and 2, which is 8.
So here we go. Whoop. What do we get?
It looked like a spell, so
Everything looks like a spell. Even lands look like spells.
okay.
So it's
shoot.
not a slam dunk card, whatever it is.
Well, what's hard
Oh,
is
it's a land. It's a mountain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's hard is
Oh,
the guide gets
what
tossed.
about escape Necrogoyf.
But
Fatal
then it'll be
push.
teeny tiny.
But it makes a monk.
Yeah, it does. Here we go. It's happening.
So
It's happening.
escape it. So you need to get rid of Delirium.
While keeping as many cards
Well-
as possible.
So I think you only get to keep creature behind because you have to exile artifact, Tarfire, and one of your creatures. So you'll leave 2 creatures behind if you do that. So you because you have the only way to hit Delirium is Tarfire plus a creature plus Spellbomb.
And then
But then
prowess will happen, which will be
this won't
2, 4, 5, 6. So not lethal, but
not
good.
lethal but good.
Yep.
So here comes Goyf.
Here comes the Goyf.
So we leave Nethergoyf, I guess, behind. Nethergoyf and
Goyf Darcy.
Darcy. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So Darcy and Nethergoyf are behind. Then
Oh.
nope, that's not where
Wait.
that goes. That's not a free equip.
Raymond's thinking.
Because it costs 2 to equip, right?
Yeah. And Raymond's highly incentivized to do a little push here.
Yeah, so we cast Fatal Push,
But if he does, the guide gets thrown at one of the monks.
which is fine.
Clark with, and I quote, well, that's a good card.
Well, that's a good card.
In case we weren't sure.
Yep. So kill a monk.
Yeah, monk down. So Raymond's attack is for
4. So you're at 3. But now the Goyf is bigger.
Yep.
So the Goyf is up to 2.
And the tippy top better be good.
Uh,
Rathless, guys?
nope.
Woo!
Woo, boy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jund Delirium. 4-0.
Oh, little still had these are the questing druid at the top. Okay.
Okay.
Raymond,
Okay.
Slow it down.
okay.
Slow it down. He's already dead.
He's already dead. Wow.
Oh boy. Congrats to John.
Big ups for Jund.
hey,
Yeah.
big ups to John.
Big ups to
Um,
Jund.
A big congrats also taking down the 4-0, doing it the Jund way, taking down Boros Energy, incredible pilot there, and Clark. Raymond drew out of the oops, we both only have 2 lands, and continued to steamroll it from there. Folks, we're going to talk to you about the goods, some of the classic energy stuff here before we take off for the evening. First and foremost, we have our Discord channel. There's one both for the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store and one for the NRG series. So if you want to jump on in, you're welcome to do so. Deck lists are posted here, as well as people are chatting about events, especially with a lot of team events coming up in season number 2. It's be a great spot to connect with people if you don't have a team yet. Be a great way to chat and connect with other people so that you can be a part of a team. It's a big part of season 2. Upcoming next weekend is July in St. Paul, the 19th and 20th. 10K Modern Showdown, 5K Legacy Trial. Late August, we have Lansing, Michigan, 10K Standard Showdown, 10K Team Standard Modern a Pauper. September in Mundelein, 10K Modern and 5K TBD. And early November, we have 10K Team Standard Sealed Modern and 10K Modern Showdown. When you see the word Showdown, that means the winner gets a token, queues for champs, and all those goods. And trials are big tournaments to earn points and earn cash. You can see here, these are from many of the players who have won events in the NRG series in the past. On the far right there, we have Theo from taking down a showdown and then continuing to be one of our NRG series champs. You can see Dom Harvey there sporting the back-to-back trophies, one of the few players to do a back-to-back weekend, and even showcasing here on the Construct token, if you win any of these showdowns that are team events, the entire team gets a token. So that's one of those cool things, ways to be immortalized. The money's fun, the queue for champs is cool, but forever and always, if you have a token in your likeness and a card that you've chosen, might be one of the coolest trophies you could ever have.
I think I'm noticing for the first time that May French is Shardless Agent.
Oh,
Because she won with Living End. Yeah.
Shardless is behind.
Yeah. I'm like,
And-
what is going on behind May there? And I was like,
And-
it's Shardless Agent.
This is the food token that Generous End makes.
Yes, exactly.
Woo!
Last thing I want to shout out is a special thing that Pokemon team is doing.
This is a quick shout out for an awesome thing that is being done by our Pokemon team. As you can see on the top left, it is a charity showdown event. So this is happening later this month and Saturday to support the Trevor Project, Saturday, July 26th. If you're a fan of gaming, if you're a fan of Pokemon, or if you're a fan of supporting and putting on cool streams in the background, this is a great choice. Good times, good views. many of us in the trading card game, fun and family circles are fans of Pokemon. So maybe this is a good time if you want to just poke in and see what's going on. An incredible event happening Saturday, July 26th.
Really good players.
Also incredible players, Obvi. On top of who's being listed here, the NRG team just like at large are absolute killers. So shouts to those that are attending here for this incredible event. You can find it right here at this same stream, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. It'll be in the same place. With all of that, thank you so much for joining us here at the Nerd Rage Gaming Home Store, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, for Wednesday Night Monitor. I've been Dom Stryker. That's been May.
That's me.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.